was the better show last week. Now, I know that's going to split opinion. I know people are going to feel very differently about these things. But for me, I felt like last week NXT was just the better show. Not much in it. Ratings-wise, AEW is about 1,000,000 miles ahead. But that gap can close very, very quickly. And we've got some really, really great matches in store tonight as well. So I'm really looking forward to what we've got tonight. We've got the likes of Kenny Omega. We've got the likes of Finn Balor. We've got a championship match. The North American Championship is on the line. And that's going to be a great match as well. Because that's going to see champion Roderick Strong defending against Keith Lee and Dijakovic. So, yeah, that should be brilliant. And as we said, Finn Balor, we know we've got the Young Bucks, we've got the Lucha Bros, we've got Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela, we've got Pac versus Jon Moxley. There's so much wrestling. There's so much. I'm feeling tired just telling you about what we're going to see tonight. There's so much wrestling. So, yeah, really excited, though. Genuinely excited. Wednesday really does feel like the wrestling night. I mean, I do love Tuesdays. I do love NWA Power. That's quickly becoming my favourite wrestling show. It's free and it's on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. If you can check it out after this. Go over to NWA Power and it's free. And I think it's brilliant. That's on a Tuesday and I really enjoy that. But man, Wednesdays are such a big deal. They maybe don't have the wide appeal that Raw and SmackDown do, but like for real wrestling fans, this is the day, isn't it? So yeah, really excited. Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Finn Balor, Roderick Strong, Pete Dunne, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Tell you, some good stuff. Some good stuff. Hello to everyone that's in the chat. Sue says the women's tag titles will be defended on NXT next week. I saw that, yes. So tonight, I believe we've got Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, two of the 4 MMA horsewomen, taking on Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. Winner will go on to face the Kabuki Warriors next week. Now, I don't think the Kabuki Warriors are going to drop the titles, so I'm not too well. I don't know. I'm still into this match. I mean, I'm very, very critical. In fact, I was thinking about this. I'm really struggling at the moment with a lot of wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling that just really rubs me up the wrong way. There's a lot of wrestling that just really grates on me. And I like to think that I'm a very positive person. But, yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot that's kind of changed. But it hasn't changed for the better. Some really good stuff. I love AEW. Love NWA. But I'm really struggling with Raw and SmackDown. Because Raw and SmackDown just seem to just be getting worse and worse and worse. Like, this week's Raw was a real struggle. I mean, if you go back onto our Raw live stream, I think we were all pretty much agreement in the chat that it was not a good show. It really wasn't a good show. And, yeah, I really struggle with that. Because normally there's something in there that you enjoy, but there was no Firefly Funhouse. We obviously didn't see Bray. You know, we basically got a Raw without Bray Wyatt. And it's been a while since we've had a Raw with Bray Wyatt removed. You've got to probably go back to the puppets. But even then, at least we were spotting puppets, you know, backstage and things that we didn't obviously have that this week. This was a glimpse of what Raw is going to be like going forward, and it really scared me. Now, I don't like to be negative, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. I've already said my feelings on it all. And I am super excited for tonight as a result, because for me, I know I'm going to enjoy tonight. I know that I'm going to enjoy Tuesdays. I know I'm going to enjoy Friday. I'm definitely going to enjoy Friday because the Firefly Funhouse is back. We know the Firefly Funhouse returns on Friday. So I got no worries about Friday. I got no worries about tonight. But yeah, Raw is just a real struggle at the moment. So I'm very much looking forward to just sitting back and enjoying some really good wrestling. My biggest criticism at the moment, the reason why I was talking about Raw, is because, and I keep saying this, there's a lot of matches that just don't mean anything. There was, for example, there's a lot of people that rave about AEW Dark, right? And for me, I've said there's no point watching it because the matches have no purpose, right? It doesn't matter. It does not matter if you win or lose. It simply doesn't matter. There's a lot of people that have said, but it's just fun to watch really good wrestling. And that is, look, if that's how you want to spend your evening, right? More power to you. I have got no problems whatsoever with that as an argument. Kicking back with a nice something to drink, few snacks, watching a bit of good wrestling. Brilliant. I got no worries with that. But I have to watch a lot of wrestling. So for me, another evening of watching wrestling, I can't say I get that excited because I already know I'm watching it on a Wednesday, on a Friday, on a Monday, on a Sunday if there's a pay-per-view, on a Tuesday with NWA Power. So to watch even more wrestling on top, it needs to be worth it. And AEW Dark isn't. Simple as that. It's not. And the one argument that people had was that there was a really great Kenny Omega match. They were like, look, there was this great Kenny Omega match. And I've heard all about it. I've not seen the match, but I've heard it's excellent. But what have AEW done? They're giving you the match tonight. You're getting Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela tonight. It was such a success on AEW Dark. It's now graduated to the actual show. So, again, it just means that AEW Dark is not worth watching. If anything good happens on it, there's a chance that they'll do it again on AEW Dynamite. So this was my point, was that there's a lot of wrestling at the moment, and honestly, it's absolutely fine if you want to be selective with what you watch. It might actually help you enjoy the things that you do enjoy, you know, because there's so much. There's so much out there. That for me, where I am right now in my mindset, it's got to be worth it. I've got to be watching it for a reason. And both of these shows, thankfully, have a reason, so I am very excited for Wednesdays. Right, let's go down the chat, see what people are saying. Days, what do you watch on... What do you watch on TV? Well, I have to watch on TV and on a laptop as well. So I have to watch across the two. For Wednesdays, anyway, because I've got AEW on my TV and I've got NXT on the laptop. Days, I don't remember if I asked, but do you like a match on Raw? I don't understand, dude. Days, can you set up a tag poll? I'll do that in a second. Days, how long until Wheel of Fun? We do it at 1:45, so it'll be in about half an hour. The Fiend wins at Crown Jewel via Mandible Claw. I hope so. That would be amazing. I think 2K20 is awesome. I hope I can get it soon. There's a lot of mixed reviews. There's a lot of people saying that it's really good. I think C Wrestling was saying it was really good. But then also you've got people saying that it is crashing all the time and there's issues and things. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a case of you just get a good copy of it, or if you play it for a long time, do you come across these issues? I honestly don't know, but there seems to be quite a mixed bag. There's a lot of people saying there's issues, and then there's a lot of people saying theirs was fine. So we'll have to see. What channel is NXT? NXT is on USA Network. I was going to say Fox, but it's not. It's USA Network. Do you play Supercard? I do not. Nope. Days, did you hear of a Carlito return? I heard they wanted to bring him back, but they weren't successful. Who is your favorite wrestler in each promotion, AEW and NXT? Okay, favorite wrestler in AEW has got to be Kenny Omega. I know that he's not quite lived up to people's expectations. in AEW. Not that he's been a disaster, but he's not really been stealing the shows. I think people... I mean, he sets a high bar, doesn't he? He sets a really high bar. So there's a lot of people that are going to be checking him out for the first time. A lot of people that won't have seen New Japan. So they're tuning into AEW. They've been told by their mates about Kenny Omega. Hasn't really been doing it. But that Joey Janela match, as we said, got a lot of people talking to the point where they're going to do it again on Dynamite tonight. I wish them all the best. There's no shade from me. I want them to do really well. I'm a fan of AEW, so I really want them to put on a match just as good as they did on Dark. But just going back to my criticism before, I just want Dark to have a bit more of a purpose. That's all. I just want some storylines and things, you know. In regards to NXT, first name that comes to mind is Johnny Gargano, just because I think I'm right in saying no one has had more 5-star matches. No one's had more 5-star matches than him in NXT. So I think he's a big game player. Simple as that. If you've got a big show and you need someone to give you a big match, you put Johnny in the main event. And I have to respect that. So those would be the two I go for. The other name that kind of floats around would be Io Shirai. I think she's absolutely fantastic in NXT. So arguably the best women's wrestler in the world right now. So I think she deserves a special mention. Wrestling days wise, Jericho, the AEW champion when he's almost 50, and not Cody or Kenny. Okay, so Jericho is champ because he's got that name value. People don't know Kenny and people don't know Cody. Now, I know that sounds crazy because they're big names to wrestling fans, but you've got to think about who they're trying to appeal to. Yes, they want to appeal to wrestling fans, but they want to win over people that have maybe fallen out of love with WWE. So there's a lot of people that used to watch WWE but don't anymore. And so they're trying to reach out to that group, and what better than by saying, do you remember Chris Jericho? That guy you loved? We've got him over here now as champion. Come and check him out. And that should get people to come over. So it's just a way, really, of promoting Jericho. I suppose you don't necessarily need to put the title on him, but the other thing that it does is it allows Kenny and Cody to chase, and there's always money and people chasing. It makes sense to, have Cody chase the title. So I don't think Cody will win at Full Gear. I think he'll fall short, and it might be a little while until we see Kenny get his opportunity. But it's all about the chase. So all the time you've got that big name on top, but you've got Cody and Kenny who are chasing, and fans are getting used to them that maybe haven't seen them before. Crown Jewel, Fiend puts Mandible Claw on for 24 hours. Yes, that match cannot end for any reason. I faced Aleister Black on Raw. Black mask to the throat is very painful. I lost my voice. Did you say anything good about Raw? I didn't watch that stream yet. I didn't say much good stuff about Raw, no. Probably best you don't rewatch it. Days, are you streaming Askren? Yes, I will be streaming Askren. Yeah, that's the fight night on Saturday. Is it Saturday? I hope it's Saturday. The last one was Friday. So we should be back with UFC streams, yes. Days, are you going to any live events or SmackDown during the European tour? No, not at the moment. I got invited by WWE to Raw and SmackDown earlier in the year. But the problem is the November tour is much smaller. Whereas in April, they do a lot more personal appearances. I mean, I was fortunate enough to meet Cesaro. I was fortunate enough to meet Braun Strowman. That was just like incredible. And that was all thanks to WWE, who reached out and gave me that opportunity. But this tour is much shorter. And so I don't think those kind of opportunities are going to be there. So to be honest, I'd much rather spend time with you guys streaming SmackDown and streaming Raw rather than going. I had a great time when I went, though, and I've said many times, one of my favourite moments of the year was sitting in the O2 and watching the Funhouse episode where we saw The Fiend for the first time, and just to sit there knowing that, I mean, it was taped, so I knew that I was amongst one of the first people to see this. Like, the 20-odd thousand that was in the room, those were, like, the first people to see this episode. It hadn't aired on TV at that point because it wasn't live. And I just remember running out of the O2, doing a video, going, guys, you're not going to believe what I've just seen. You've got to watch Raw. I didn't put any spoilers up or anything. I just said you've got to watch Raw. And I had so many people saying, oh, I can't wait, so excited. And there was real excitement, and I knew as soon as people saw that Funhouse episode, people were going to freak, and they did. And I had so many people saying, you were right, I wasn't let down, it was amazing, blah, 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 blah. It's one of my favourite moments of the year. So, yeah, really, really did enjoy last time I went, but no plans for November. What's the best stable right now in wrestling? Alex, I've got to say it's Undisputed Era. I mean, they hold all the gold, don't they? They really are like the all-powerful stable. There's not a stable that's really got that kind of power. There's certainly no one. I mean, the OC, I think, have been booked terribly on Raw. That's one of my frustrations, actually, is, one of my many frustrations with Raw, is how the OC are being booked. I think you've got this legitimate faction that people really love. People really love AJ Styles, and they're just being booked horribly. They just keep getting beaten. They shouldn't be getting beaten. I mean, they've started to talk about New Japan. They've started to talk about IWGP titles. The Viking Raiders were talking about being IWGP champs, you know, which is the name of the belts over in Japan. And it's really cool that they are talking about Japan, but then equally you can't talk about Japan and talk about reach out to wrestling fans in that way and then just bury the OC. Like, legit, I don't know when the OC last won a match. I don't know. I'm sure they have, but I just can't think of one. And I really wish they were booked better. But I think Undisputed Era are booked very well. They're booked to be very strong. Yes, they're heels and they help each other and they cheat and all that kind of stuff, but no denying they're successful. So I think they are a very, very good faction. Days, have you seen Rikishi and his new stable called Samoan Dynasty? No, what's that in, dude? What promotion's that in? Is that in Impact? Something I haven't seen. Days, could WWE... I can't even talk. Could Days, can WWE do anything story-wise so stupid that you would say I'm giving up on WWE? Also, your Sasha return reaction was the best ever. How do you view her return? Disappointing or good? Really great questions there from Brent. Could they do anything so stupid that I give up on WWE? Yeah. But it would have to be offensive. So, I mean, obviously I don't want to give, like, too many examples, but, like, anything that's going to really cause offense. I don't mind. I mean, I think the world is very politically correct, which is fine. But I think that, you know, there has to be an element of freedom of speech. This is kind of hard to say because by no means would I want WWE to be racist or anything along those lines, right? Or homophobic, or I would say if it was anything like that, then yeah, I'm out. Because I think there's a line. There's definitely a line. But equally, I wouldn't want WWE to be walking around on eggshells, if you know what I mean. So this is my point. I wouldn't want to. I think there's a line, and I think you can go up to that line, but you can't cross that line. And I think if they become racist, homophobic, or anything along those lines, which they just wouldn't, you know, they just wouldn't. But if it was anything like that, I'd be out. Because how could you support a company that was to do things like that, you know? I mean, there's a lot of people that struggle with the Saudi Arabia stuff, and I don't know, that's not a line for me. That's not a reflection on WWE. They get offered a lot of money. I know it's not great. I know there's very strong feelings about it. I mean, the fact that women can't wrestle is appalling. The fact that Sami Zayn's not invited is appalling. I mean, it is. This is what I'm talking about, getting right up to that line. But for me, it's not racist. It's not homophobic. I don't know. Is it homophobic? I don't know. I actually don't know enough about Saudi Arabia to comment on that. So I don't know. It's tricky. Very, very tricky. So that's answer one, hopefully. The other answer, Sasha's return. I think it was done... I thought her actual return was excellent, with her taking the wig off. But then they haven't really booked her that strong. I mean, she had a great match with Becky and then fell just short. So it's kind of like, I feel like she should have come back and won the title. I do feel like she should have had the title. And now she's kind of like just running around with a heel Bayley, you know? I don't really get it. I can't see her and Bayley having a match anytime soon. Maybe WrestleMania, but not anytime soon. So I can't quite get my head around what they're doing with Sasha. Kind of feels like her push is done. I don't know. Right now, I'd say I'm okay. I wish she had the title, but I'm okay. But I don't know what they're going to do with her right now. They could just give up on her, honestly, because I don't know where we go from here. So we'll have to wait and see. Do you think at Crown Jewel Rusev is going to win? I can't even think what match is he in. Is it Bobby Lashley? Has it been announced? Have they announced Bobby Lashley versus Rusev? Or is he in that Battle Royal? Because they announced the Battle Royal, didn't they? Winner will go on to face AJ Styles. I honestly don't know who's going to win that. I don't think it would be Rusev. I think that he is in the middle of a feud with Bobby Lashley. So I don't think he would get involved with the United States Championship. Walid, hello, my friend. Hope you are well. Days, I really enjoy the streams. Keep up the good content. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate the support. I always enjoy the Wednesday streams. They're very wrestling focused. So on a Monday and a Friday, you know, it might be a little bit more wacky and we might have a bit more of a laugh and whatever. But certainly when it comes to AEW and NXT, when it comes to like a Wednesday stream, I always like to really talk wrestling because I feel like that's what we're here for, basically. And there's so much to talk about as well. There's not been loads today, actually. I was looking earlier to try and do a video, but wasn't really that much going on. So I didn't end up doing anything. I thought the Tyson Fury thing was a bit cringe. I mean, like, he was training in the Performance Center and then out of nowhere, Braun Strowman gives him a shoulder charge. And Tyson goes down and he like holds his ankle. He does an impression, right? No word of a lie. He does an impression of Peter Griffin. You know when Peter Griffin's down and he's holding his ankle, he's like, and he's doing that for like 5 minutes. That was basically Tyson Fury earlier. I don't know. It was a bit weird. It's a bit weird. And then all the news sites are like, Frank Warren's worst fears come true. Tyson Fury injured. No, he's not. No, he's not. Don't report this as if it's a legit injury. It's one of the cringiest segments I've ever seen. It's like, do you know what I mean? I worry because I really feel like there's going to be non-wrestling fans that are watching these Tyson Fury clips and they're just going to be like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? I don't know if it gives wrestling a good name. I really don't. I'm a little bit concerned. Like, I love the fact that Tyson Fury is in WWE, is a big fan of WWE. His family are a big fan of WWE. I got nothing but respect. I think if you're like the legit heavyweight champion of the world and you're working up towards one of the biggest fights you're ever going to have because he's got a big fight in February. And during that build-up, you do some WWE stuff. I think that's really cool. That's a real sign of respect. It's a real sign of respect. Yes, of course, he's doing it for the money. But it's a real sign of respect as well. The fact that they can get people of that caliber. It's like getting Mike Tyson. You're talking about the heavyweight champion. Like, you've got Andre Ruiz Jr., who no one really cares about. You got, the Mexicans do. You've got Deontay Wilder. You got Tyson Fury. Those are your 3 heavyweight champions. Tyson Fury doesn't have the belt, but he never really lost it either. But the fact that he's doing wrestling, I think, is really cool. But I did look at that segment earlier and just thought, I don't think this is good. I don't think people that don't watch wrestling, I can't see them watching that thinking, yeah, I want to see more of this. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. As I said, I'm feeling quite negative about a lot of stuff at the moment, so maybe it's just my negative eyes. But, yeah, I wasn't sure. Dave's random question. If you was a pro wrestler, well, first of all, if I was a pro wrestler, I'd be killed. Who would your dream opponent be? Linda McMahon. In NXT, AEW, Raw, SmackDown, NWA. Honestly, I can't even give you an honest answer because how can I stand here and say I'd want to face anyone? I wouldn't. I'd get hurt. I'd get hurt. So I just don't. I don't have dream opponents. Dream opponents would be anyone that would let me live. Days, who's your favourite wrestler of all time? I always answer Undertaker. It might be getting a bit stale, but it's true. I feel like I think he's such an important character. I can't imagine wrestling without him. I suppose you could say that about Stone Cold, but Stone Cold was only around for quite a short period of time. I mean, like late 90s, early 2000s, that was it. It's not as if Stone Cold had a 20-year career, he didn't. Yeah, what was it, 5 years? 6 years? Like 96 to 2002, something like that. So, yeah, he was only around for a very, very short period of time. Like, Kofi Kingston's nearly been around for twice as long. But he had a massive impact, so there's no dispute in the impact that he had. Hulk Hogan, I think, obviously deserves a mention. But for me, I just think the Undertaker character is just... He's got the longevity. He won championships. He had the streak. He's a household name. He's probably the greatest gimmick, the greatest character in the history of wrestling. He's been with us when we were young. We still get matches now. I know they're not great, but whatever. And, we still freak when you hear the gong, don't you, If Undertaker attacks Fiend, people are going to lose their mind. And that is impressive. That is very impressive. So, I've got to say the dead man. Hello, Christopher Rogers. Hope you are well. Lee says, I'm a big Cesaro fan. He's got to be used more. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll lose to that Mansoor at Saudi Arabia. But I wouldn't worry, it's obviously it's their hometown boy, isn't it, Mansoor? And actually it's a bit of a compliment to Cesaro that they're putting Mansoor in there with Cesaro, because clearly they feel that Cesaro is going to put on a great match with him. Cesaro really is the male Natalya. Like, Cesaro and Natalya would make a lovely couple, because they're both like fantastic wrestlers that are used to put others over because they're that good. So I kind of feel like he is the male Natalya. Days, do you think we saw Seth kind of turn heel in his match with Humberto Carrillo? I suppose at times he kind of teased it and then he got into the ring, and again it was teased. Because he was kind of torn. He left the ring and then he went back, and then it was like, what's he going to do? And he did shake hands. So you could tell there was a real thought process going on. There seems to be a real confusion with Seth. Everything he's doing isn't straightforward at the moment. He didn't finish the match and straight away stick his hand out and shake Humberto's hand. He left the ring, and then he thought, and then he went back, and then he thought, and then he stuck his hand out. Do you know what I mean? There's a thought process going on, so that it's definitely being teased. Definitely being teased. The rumours are that WWE haven't got plans to turn him heel, which I find amazing because it's right there. Like, it's right there. They've got the opportunity right there. I really do feel like they should do it. I don't know if they will, but I think it would really help the Fiend story, to be honest. I think there's a lot of anger still about Hell in a Cell. I really hope people are now starting to see that Hell in a Cell was a test and it was the start of Seth being driven towards being a heel. You know, he's gone on to burn down the Funhouse. There's, you know, he's starting to question himself a little bit, and I really feel that for it to fully make sense, I think the Fiend has to succeed in turning Seth heel. So I hope he does. But it's definitely being teased. Why isn't Sami Zayn invited to Saudi Arabia? He's got links to Syria. Is it Syria? I believe it's Syria. And there's a whole beef. So he's basically not welcome. And I think whenever the show is on, he always raises money for like Syrian refugees. Which I don't think he does it. I could be wrong here. I honestly don't know, right? But I can't say I've seen him do it at any other time. I think it's kind of his way of standing up to the Saudi shows. So he's not invited to the Saudi shows, so he raises money for Syrian refugees because he's not welcome to Saudi because of his links to Syria. It's a mess, man. It's such a mess. I totally understand why people boycott these Saudi shows. Dan T, hope you are well. Happy Wednesday days. Dan, the money tree is in the house. I also enjoy the streams and videos. I enjoy supporting the channel. Dan, you don't have to keep doing that, my friend. It's obviously greatly appreciated, but dude, it's not something that you have to keep doing. But I really do appreciate it, and obviously it's great to have you as a part of the community, and it is great to have all of you as well. I do want to stress that I fully appreciate, I fully understand that when it comes to wrestling, we've all got things we like, we've all got things that we don't like, and I don't know, I think it's worth just mentioning that we're all going to have different opinions on it. You guys are going to like things that I don't. I'm going to like things that you guys don't. And I respect that. I respect the fact that we've got different opinions. And I'd like to try and keep the streams kind of positive and respectful. I think we've done well up to this point. We've got a great little community. And that's what I'm saying. I really appreciate you guys being a part of this community. I think there's times where, as I said, you know, I don't know. I think it's hard. I think it's hard. I think there's stuff going on at the moment that it's not great. There's things that aren't great, and I have to say, if I see it, you know, I thought Raw wasn't great. I totally understand why people are angry about Saudi, and I just can't sit here and not comment on those things. So, yeah, it's difficult, but I really appreciate the fact that we've got such a strong community. Shout out to KJ. It'll be great to see how Asuka and Kairi wrestle on NXT. I agree. It will be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing Asuka back in particular. She obviously had that record. She was a big part of the kind of build of NXT. Kairi, maybe not so much. She wasn't actually in NXT for that long. But definitely Asuka was. She made a big impact, so it'll always be great. I mean, it's great to see Finn back, you know. Right, I said to LSW I would put him in a poll. So I'm going to put that poll up now. The Bros versus House of 1,000 Fiends. If you want to vote on that, go over to @WrestlingDays. We are doing a tag team championship match right now. We're doing a Wheel of Fun in about 10 minutes. Obviously, we're only about 20 minutes away from the start of these shows. We've got NXT, we've got AEW. Obviously, when we start, I've got to be very focused on the wrestling, so I've got to watch 2 shows. And, of course, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat as well. So, yeah, there's going to be loads that I'm going to have to try and keep an eye on. So that's why I like to talk to you guys now. because I like to just try and give you my thoughts, reactions, analysis, all that stuff when the shows actually start. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, thought we were meant to get a big match. Could it still happen? Yeah, of course it could still happen. We actually saw that match where it was face versus face just before WrestleMania 31, was it? Was it WrestleMania 31? Can't remember. It was like Fastlane. I remember it being Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. Winner would headline WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns won. So we've seen the match before. A fair few years ago now. About 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. And they were both faces, and there's no reason why we can't do that again. Asuka, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai would be awesome. Great little stable. Days, what happened to the AEW Championship we did at All Out? AEW Champ... I cannot even remember. That was probably just a one-off for that show, in all fairness. And, yeah, it didn't return. I mean, we could definitely look at those things. I mean, if you've got any ideas for the live stream championships, feel free to send them over and talk to Evan Harris. Evan Harris kindly kind of looks after those polls for us, and I try to focus on other things, to be honest. I love the live stream championships. I know that people really love them as well, so I love the fact that we're able to do them, and that is down to Evan Harris's hard work. But I wouldn't want to get ideas and come up with stuff outside of Evan. Basically, I really like the fact that it's Evan's baby, if you will. It's Evan's. So if you've got ideas and things, fire it off to Evan. I've got no problem with having an AEW and NXT belt for a Wednesday, for example, but that's something that you guys can kind of play around with yourselves. Will Breezango appear on NXT tonight? They're not advertised, so I'm going to lean towards no. Let me have a look and see, because there was a super chat which I need to get to. And it is Strawberry Rose. Hello. Nice name. Hey Days, if you could invite 4 wrestlers, dead or alive, to a dinner party, who would they be and why? By the way, your channel is spiffing. Ooh, I love that. I tell you what it makes me want to do. It makes me want to curl the ends of my moustache. Spiffing. I feel that feels right to do that. Thank you very much, my friend. In regards to... Okay, let's see if we can answer this. I'm going to give you a serious answer, okay? I could give you a funny answer in regards of I wouldn't want to invite Andre the Giant because I'd still want some food for myself. But in regards to a serious answer, 4 wrestlers straight away. First name that comes to mind, absolutely top of the tree, Bruno Sammartino. Bruno Sammartino. I think I would love Bruno. I would love Frank Gotch. I would love Alundra Blaze and Undertaker. Those are my 4. Frank Gotch, Bruno Sammartino, Alundra Blaze, and Undertaker. And let me tell you why. Frank Gotch is probably regarded as the best world champion from the 1900s. I've been doing a little bit of research from that era, and I really enjoy it. I've spoken a little bit about it with George Hackenschmidt and Farmer Burns and Ed the Strangler Lewis and people like that. But Frank Gotch won the title and kept it, I think, until he died. Brilliant champion. No one could beat him. Really, really great. And I'd just love to get his perspective of the world from that time and the wrestling world and, really learn some stuff. I think it'd be a fascinating conversation to talk to Frank Gotch from the 1900s and really learn about early wrestling. I think it'd blow his mind as well to tell him about what it's become. So yeah, we've got Frank Gotch. Bruno Sammartino, who for me is the best WWE champion of all time, held the title in total for 11 years, was wrestling in the 60s, probably the most important wrestler of the 1960s. So you're really jumping forward now to the 1960s. Just think of the stories he can tell you from that era. So we've got the 1900s covered, yeah? We've got the 1950s and the 1960s covered. I want a female perspective as well, and for me, one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time is Alundra Blaze. Doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Absolutely doesn't get the credit that she deserves. I just think that it'd be fascinating to talk to her because she wrestled in Japan, so she can talk a lot about Japanese wrestling. She can talk about women's wrestling. She can talk about WWF and WCW. She can talk about where the women's division is now. Obviously, she was on the Evolution show. So she's aware of current wrestling and female wrestling, and she knows those superstars. And I just think it would be fascinating to kind of talk to her and get her perspective about Japan, about WCW, about WWF, about women's wrestling in general. I think that'd be amazing. So I'd have her at the table. And then, Undertaker doesn't need explaining, does he? We said earlier, maybe my favourite wrestler. Feel free to drop in who you would invite. I can see people wooing, and I think that makes perfect sense. Very difficult to not include Ric Flair at the table. I definitely would be tempted. I don't know who I'd drop, though. I couldn't not have Undertaker, is my favourite wrestler. I wouldn't want to lose the female perspective, so I couldn't lose Alundra Blaze. I wouldn't want to lose Frank Gotch because I'd love to talk to him about the 1900s. It's a different world. You're talking to him about a different world, let alone different wrestling. So the only person I could drop him for would be Bruno Sammartino, and I gotta be honest, I wouldn't want to. I love Bruno. Really love Bruno. He's one of my favourite wrestlers, so yeah, he would just miss out. I think Ric Flair would be 5th on the list. Days at Target, they've got NECA horror figures on clearance. Oh, I'm jealous. Days, if you could add AEW. Days, if you can, could you add those for Wednesdays? Yeah, we can. Yeah, I mean, we can do that next week. I'll jot down a reminder, Evan. I will jot down a reminder. NXT AEW. So, I don't know if you could do maybe something next week. What about Liv Morgan's tweet? I haven't seen it. If you could perform one wrestling move on anybody, what move and who would you pick? And if you had to have one wrestling move performed on you, what move and who by? I don't know. I struggle when it comes to wrestling questions because I don't want to. I don't want to because I'd get hurt. I would legit get hurt, and I don't like pain. So I don't know. I mean, if I could actually do the move, I would love to try like a reverse Rana or a Code Red or a Canadian Destroyer because I think they look cool. I think they look really cool. Like every time I see a reverse Rana, I pop because I love it. I love the look of it. It pains me. It hurts my heart that is not a finisher. If you're standing there, I mean, like, just think about this. You're standing there, yeah? You don't know where your opponent is. And before you know it, you're getting hurled backwards, right? Hurled backwards and spiked onto your head. Now, if you can't get a 3 count on someone by doing that, I don't know what will get a 3 count, right? Reverse Ranas are like fatality moves in Mortal Kombat. And yet people always kick out of them. It hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. My wrestling soul cannot cope. That would be one of the... If I had my own wrestling promotion, that would be one of the 10 commandments. If you get hit with a reverse Rana, you are losing the match. Right? That is one of the 10 commandments. So, yeah, I would love to do those moves, but I would never do them because I can't do them, and I'd end up hurting someone. And in regards to a move I'd want someone to do to me, I don't know, has anyone got the leave me alone? Is that a move? The leave me alone? The don't do anything to me move? I'd have Orange Cassidy. There we go. Orange Cassidy. I'm a big fan of Orange Cassidy. I'd have him come over and do his shoulder charge. Yeah, which is like, it's that, isn't it? I'd have the Orange Cassidy shoulder charge. Jody, hello, my friend. Days, I sent a super chat earlier. Did you? Oh, buddy. Buddy, I missed it. What did it say, dude? Don't drop a super chat. Just tell me what it said, and then I'll still see it. Where is it? Oh, dude. I'm awful. Sorry. Jody, just tell me what it said, and I will keep an eye out for you in the chat, and then I'll read it, and then it will be the same as if I'd seen it earlier. Yeah? Deal? Deal. Camille should speak, but do it, typing everything she wants to say. Using text-to-speech, that would be fun. I'm loving NWA. Loving NWA. Oh, if you're watching this, by the way, we are going to do Wheel of Fun. I'm just going to wait for Jody's message. And what was going to say? Yes, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe because we are getting closer to 160,000. Hello, E-Man. I think we're like just over 200 away now, which is cray-cray. Orange Cassidy and Bray Wyatt are my favourite current wrestlers. I agree. Two excellent, excellent wrestlers. Okay, here we go. That I explored proper avenues and asked WWE for permission for the t-shirt. So keep your fingers crossed for us. You asked WWE permission for the t-shirt. What t-shirt? To use the hashtag Let Me In. They wouldn't own the copyright to that. They might own the saying "Let me in," but to be honest, mate, it ain't gonna matter. I really wouldn't have worried about it. I mean, if you think about all the t-shirts out there that kind of rip off other things, I wouldn't have worried about it. But I'll keep my fingers crossed for you anyway. My four would be Otis Dojovic for the comedy, Roman Reigns for the eye candy, hello, Braun Strowman, he's my favourite wrestler, and Hulk Hogan, because he is an absolute legend. It's going to be a huge bill. That's a really great answer. I do love that from Strawberry Rose. Women-wise, Trish, Sasha, Alexa, and Stacy, hot. Well, I'll tell you what, Lee, you're going to be a bit distracted there, aren't you, my friend? Days, can I ask a question? Yeah, ask away. You don't need to ask if you can ask a question, just ask the question. Days, do you think Jon Moxley is going to beat Kenny Omega at Full Gear? I think so. Can I be controversial and say I haven't seen a great Jon Moxley match? I know that's going to upset some people, but I didn't watch all of the G1, and I heard he had some great ones. I heard he had a great match against Ishii, but I never saw it. And I've just not seen a great Jon Moxley match. So I desperately want him to have a good match. So you could argue Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega is a really important match. It needs to be a good match. Days, what's your favourite NXT moment of all time? Wow. Favourite NXT moment of all time? Okay, I'm going to answer this. Then we're going to do the Wheel of Fun. Favourite NXT moment of all time? Do you know the really, really weird one, right? It's probably not this. But it's the first one that comes to mind. And I think I'm probably going to regret saying it. But I can remember when I first got the network, I saw the first NXT Brooklyn show. And I can't remember what year that was. I feel like that might have been that year. Might have been like 2014, 2015, something like that. And it was the first NXT Brooklyn. And I loved the Vaudevillains. And they were actually in a match against Blake and Murphy. Now, Blake and Murphy was Wesley Blake, who's in the Forgotten Sons now. And Buddy Murphy, who, of course, is on Raw, SmackDown, I can't remember. But anyway, they had as their manager Alexa Bliss. So Vaudevillains needed to get someone in their corner, and they got Blue Pants, which it was such a great moment. Blue Pants, you might now know as Leva Bates. who is the librarian for AEW. So they had her come out, and she was so popular at the time. I actually had a Blue Pants t-shirt. So yeah, Leva Bates, one of the librarians from AEW, was in NXT, but she didn't quite make it. For some reason, they didn't keep her around. But I loved that moment because they were making fun of the Vaudevillains, saying that they were outnumbered, and I think they did, you know, that classic, just pointing towards the entrance stage, and then Blue Pants music hit, and out she came. And it was just, the crowd went crazy, and that's what opened the show. Like, it was such a big moment, they opened the show with it. And it was a really great moment. I just remember watching it thinking, this is brilliant. This is this is great. It was one of the first NXT shows I actually saw as well. So I love that. And then after that, I think the second match was like Tyler Breeze versus Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger, who's a New Japan legend, actually had a match in NXT, and he faced Tyler Breeze. If that whole event was so good, because later on in that show, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, arguably the best women's match of all time. So to answer your question, my favorite moment might be the start of NXT Brooklyn, where Blue Pants comes out, because it's one of the first shows I saw. And the rest of the show was insane. It was such a good show. And I was hooked on NXT then. Absolutely hooked. I'm sure there's other moments, like I love Samoa Joe when he first joined. Nakamura versus Sami Zayn was incredible. I don't know, there's loads. Absolutely loads. But that's one that comes to mind first of all. Jody says to put the words Firefly Funhouse on the shirt. Oh, okay. I still think it'd be all right. I'm not sure you'll get an answer, to be honest. I should imagine they get a lot of requests, but I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't have worried about it. Okay, here we go. 6 a.m. Why you gotta be up at 6 a.m.? See wrestling. Right, it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Ba-dum-bum. Thank you, Jaden. I was reading Jaden's comment then while singing Wheel of Fun. Jaden saying a big fan of the channel and would love to see some video game stuff brought in. Which I have sort of considered, and I'm sure we will do something, but man, I'm gonna wait till that game comes down in price before buying it and doing stuff with it. OVE, Wheel of Fun, AEW is their own kind of wrestling. Impact is better than AEW. Okay. Interesting. Babysitting for my cousin. She's being induced tomorrow. Oh, okay. Championship. All right, well, it can only land on it once, and it's landed on it nice and early. So, championship. So, we're going to do championship. So, Brian Schaefer is going to defend against the 17th person that gives me the word Hunter. 17th person that gives me the word Hunter. Got a little NXT advert at the moment, but it's nothing more than that. Where are we with AEW? I mean, it's literally got to be just a few minutes, isn't it? It is. Okay, looking for the 17th person. We'll do another Wheel of Fun after the shows, and I will take championship off, so good chance that it'll be Slam Attack or hopefully not forfeit, but some kind of a giveaway. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, well done, Mr. Ryan. It's Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan's at AEW? No way. Have fun, dude. Wow, you're in the poll. So you're at AEW and you found yourself in the poll. How crazy is that? So Mr. Ryan is in the poll. It's going to be Mr. Ryan versus Brian Schaefer. Can Mr. Ryan, who is at AEW, emerge victorious? So Mr. Ryan versus... I think Mr. Ryan's got a good chance here. I think Mr. Brian Schaefer has got it all to do. Right, I'm going to put it on for 10 minutes. Who should win? Boom. Mr. Ryan versus Brian Schaefer. If you want to vote, go over to Twitter. Go over to @WrestlingDays and make your voices heard. So that poll should be going up right now. I need to have a look, actually, and see where we are with the previous poll. Sadly, these ones... because we need both screens for AEW and NXT, they're not on the streams, but it's still up. Go to Twitter, you'll be able to see it. I can tell you that the bros missed out. I can tell you that it was House of 1,000 Fiends that emerged victorious. So well done to them. But that poll, that new poll is up now. Mr. Ryan versus Brian Schaefer. Right, very cool. Let's have a look then and get excited for the shows that should be starting very, very soon. My coffee is almost done, but it is just like that legend, Stone Cold. Yes, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure you join us. We're on that road to 200,000 and I'm still open to suggestions and ideas of what we do when we get to 200,000. I'm open to the idea of a long stream, be that 12-hour stream or I don't know if a 24-hour stream is worth doing. I simply don't know. Yeah, be open for ideas because I feel like 200,000 was a big deal and obviously we achieved that on a stream. So you can actually see the moment. I can't even remember when it was. But you can see the moment that happened. But yeah, we're obviously getting ever closer to 200,000. No pyro for AEW. Okay. Shout out to James Barry. What should I watch tonight? AEW or NXT? Hard to say. Really hard to say. They're really close in quality. I don't know. I would flick between the two if I was you. If the North American title is first, then I'm going to watch NXT. I am watching both. Okay, NXT is about to start, but AEW is starting. There it is. So we got Private Party in the ring. And the report. Okay. So we're starting already then. We are beginning with, I think this is the next round in the tournament. Right, let's change this over. So this is going to be Lucha Bros versus Private Party. Now, what a great match this is going to be. What a great match this is going to be. Lucha Bros versus Private Party. You're talking about two of the best tag teams in wrestling right now. I've been so impressed with Private Party. They're kind of like a cross between the Street Profits and I suppose there's a bit of Usos in there. There's a little bit of Young Bucks in there as well. Nice jump over the top. Fenix against the ropes over the top. But I feel like the entrance stage is to the right, which is really weird for AEW. Wow, for any wrestling show, normally the entrance is to the left, isn't it? But on this one, it's to the right. It's really throwing me off. I like it, though. Feels different. So they've put the hard cam, the different side. That's got to be gutting. If you bought tickets and you thought to yourself, right, if I get there, then I'll be on camera. And now they've gone and switched it all around. So I bet there's people that are like, what? NXT, we've just got like the opening package. Give Big E a singles push. I don't disagree with that. I've been asking for a Big E singles push for a while. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca. I haven't got that yet. My stream might be a little bit behind because I unfortunately can't watch it on USA. I'm having to watch like a stream of it. So I am maybe a little bit behind. The signs in the crowd that say FinXT. 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 So we've got FinXT signs. Mauro Ranallo just doing the open for NXT for me. And on AEW Private Party are cleaning house of the Lucha Bros. Kick to the midsection of Private Party. You know that you're going to get great action on both shows, so really, really hard to call which one you should be watching here. Feel like both are going to be excellent. If you like the flippy stuff, then I think AEW. If you like hard-hitting stuff, then probably NXT. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. So that's what's starting the show over on NXT, and we got Lucha Bros versus Private Party. If Rhea loses, I'm going to turn NXT off. Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone announcing together. Who would have thought that 20 years ago? They did announce together in WWE, I believe. Was it WWE or... I can't remember. I'm sure it was. Sure they were together. But yeah, it is very, very cool. Bianca Belair making her way out. Private Party working together. Pentagón Jr. Oh, nice! DDT. Baseball slide as well. Bianca Belair making her way. I love Bianca Belair. I want Bianca Belair to win this. I'm a big Bianca Belair fan. Such a natural talent. Do you know she wasn't wrestling before NXT? I think she was like a CrossFit champion or something. So super athletic. And all of the wrestling stuff she's learnt at the Performance Center. But she just gets it. She really does just get it. So, nothing but love for Bianca Belair. She is going to be a big, big star. We're still underway on AEW. Oh, getting caught. I want to see what these guys are called because I don't know their names. The Private Party guys. The problem I've got is that I never hear the commentary. Private Party are wild. I think one's called Mark. Mark, is it? Isaiah. Mark and Isaiah? I need to learn, man, who's who here. We're underway on both shows. Bianca and Rhea locking up at the moment. A bit of a show of strength, and Rhea should win that. Feel like Rhea probably is the stronger, but Bianca is definitely the more athletic, and Rhea does win that. The tag match on AEW is definitely heating up now. Fenix getting tagged in. Fenix, springboard moonsault to the outside. Rey Fenix is legit one of the best wrestlers in the world. 2. Kick out. I stopped watching both shows because it's just match after match. Marko's got the blonde hair. Thank you. Coltimus Prime, really appreciate that. I don't get a chance to listen to the commentary because I have to have it turned down because of copyright reasons. Very cool. Okay. So we've got Mark then. Is it Mark? Mark in the ring with Pentagón. Back on NXT, they're still doing some really great wrestling here. I don't know what just came exploding out. I think, was it out of Rhea Ripley's hair? I think her hair clips just came exploding out because her hair's now flopping over her face. So Rhea Ripley, this is my impression of Rhea Ripley right now. Nice. Trying to use kicks, and she does, and Bianca Belair backed into the corner. Rhea charging over. Belair moves out the way, hurls Rhea Ripley into the corner. What's she looking to do? Suplex? She looking to suplex her? Trying to pick her up, but can't quite. Reversed. Rhea can't. And Bianca almost. Rhea. Who's going to do it? Rhea does. Yes! Standing vertical suplex by Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair felt that. Private Party doing well here. We've got Isaiah in the ring. Takes Pentagón off the edge, over the top. Isaiah in the ring. Duck underneath. Springboard. Nice. And a suicide dive. Really good action. Duck underneath. Top rope enziguri. Springboard moonsault to the outside. Lands on Pentagón. It is all Isaiah right now. Fenix. 2. Kick out. I tell you who I like. I really like Excalibur. I really rate Excalibur. He's calling a lot of moves here that you just know that Jim Ross and Tony don't know the names of. But Excalibur has got a good enthusiasm in his voice. And he's very knowledgeable about all of the different wrestling moves. And there's a lot of stuff that you just don't see week in, week out on WWE. But yeah, from the little bits I've heard, I really rate Excalibur. I think he's a very good commentator. Beautiful super kick by Fenix. Nice. Oh, into a stunner. Kick to the head by Mark. Isaiah's up. Bianca Belair going for a cover. Hello, the jacket's coming off for Mark. Beautiful stretch by Bianca Belair over on NXT right now. Just really pulling the hair back and forth. Beautiful splash by... Oh, Mark, it's a kick out. Kick out by Fenix. That was close. Hip toss by Rhea Ripley. These matches really heating up now. We're coming up to just over 10 minutes in. Beautiful cartwheel escape by Bianca Belair. Duck underneath and face plants Rhea Ripley. AEW ref needs to work on their counting. They make it too obvious someone is kicking out. Okay. Isaiah Cassidy is amazing. Why is Private Party showing no motivation? Oh, slammed down. I think they were going for it. We're going to picture-in-picture commercial break for NXT. So I don't think there's going to be anything happening there whilst we're at commercial. So we can concentrate a little bit. Sling Blade by Pentagón on AEW. Powerbomb. Yeah, right into the spine. So it's all Pentagón Jr. right now. Lucha Bros in a good position. Yeah, picking up Mark. Oh, okay, nice. It's a little sloppy. There's a few moves that aren't quite coming off in this match. Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. I thought he'd proper messed that up then. I thought he was going for a Hurricanrana, but didn't fully execute it. But what he actually did was he actually kind of Hurricanra'd him to the middle of the ring, where Isaiah could get a cutter. It was really cool. Oh, into a destroyer. Brilliant counter by Pentagón Jr. Right, we've got Pentagón Jr. in there with Mark. Ran across the top rope there by Fenix. What is Pentagón Jr. going to look for? Snaps his arm back. We're still at commercial break on NXT. Fenix is up top. Lucha Bros. Done. It's done. Fenix with a suicide dive to make sure that Isaiah can't get involved. And the Lucha Bros are victorious. Brilliant. Lucha Bros progress. And Private Party are eliminated. But Private Party getting that big win over the Young Bucks last week. So, you know, they've already had a good showing. They could do it, couldn't they, the Lucha Bros? I can't see anyone beating them. They've got to be favourites. They've got to be favourites. So, Lucha Bros, we're still at commercial break on NXT, but Lucha Bros beat Private Party on AEW, and they go forward to the semi-finals. 9.9 out of 10 match. It was just a little bit, there was just a few things in there that weren't as crisp as I would have liked, but, you know, it was great. It was great. Great action. The match was nuts. It's going to be hard for anything on either show to beat that. This match is already better than 3 hours of Raw. Did you see Fenix stomp on the back of the dude from the top rope? Choreographed or not, that was awesome. Hello to John Elite 45. Brian, can you not put comments like that, please? Right, we are back on NXT. So, Bianca Belair is down. We got a little video package. Oh, is this for that Warlock or whatever he was called? Do you remember him? Is that him? We haven't seen him again, have we? Who's that video package for? Wardlow. Hashtag Wardlow is coming. So, little video. Do you remember he was the guy that stopped those people beating him up? Right, I'm just waiting to see what match is going to be on AEW next. Who the hell is Wardlow? Wardlow is the guy that was in that video package. He was walking and there was a gang that confronted them. SCU versus Dark Order. Winner will face the Lucha Bros. Beautiful submission hold. It's like a clover leaf that Bianca Belair just gets to the ropes on. I'm not sure if that's the next match. Is it going to be Dark Order versus SCU next, is it? We're still underway here. with Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Tie-dye guy is in the crowd, which is awesome. It is going to be SCU versus Dark Order. Wardlow is an indie wrestler. I don't know anything about him. Thank you for the stream, Mr. Days. You've made watching wrestling fun for me. I honestly look forward to Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays because of this community. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Dave. Really appreciate that. I like to think this is a safe space, and yeah, it's a nice community, and obviously, we're only looking for positive comments. Or constructive criticism. I feel constructive criticism is very, very welcome. I think Bianca Belair just picked up the victory over Rhea Ripley. Oh no, it was Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won. I missed the end of that because I was too distracted by AEW. Io Shirai got involved. Bianca Belair. Candice came running down. Okay, Candice came down, evened up the odds. Man, that was a overbooked mess, wasn't it, at the end? NXT never used to have outside interference, so it's a real shame to see it happening more. I wish that was just kept clean. Okay, so yeah, Rhea Ripley with the victory. Over on AEW, we've got Dark Order getting into the ring with SCU. Oh, we've got those little creature things. I don't know what they're called. Midgets? No, not midgets. I don't know. I don't know what they're called. We're just seeing last week when Velveteen Dream got destroyed by Undisputed Era. Days, what match was better just now? I'm going to say Lucha Bros Private Party because I don't like the fact there was outside interference in that women's match. Otherwise, I might have said the women's match. I don't know. Sometimes there can be too many flips for me in matches. Even Jim Ross came out and said there's too many flips and flops for him, and I kind of feel that way. I feel like if you just do a couple of things rather than fill a whole match full of it, you know, because there's just no way of like following it, and then like you can get really desensitized to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, where'd you go now? I just kind of feel like if you did a couple of really great moments, that it would be just as impactful rather than doing a whole match of just craziness, you know? I don't know. I do feel they do a little bit too much. The old less is more, you know. But it was a brilliant match. I'm not throwing shade on it. And I'm excited to see where we go from here, because this is going to be a real challenge. I'm just watching this match right now, and it's quite hard hitting. Dark Order doing some good stuff. Just had Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate on NXT. Kick to the midsection, knee to the face, clothesline. I wonder if Cain Velasquez is going to wrestle in his mask. AEW has got too many tag matches. I don't watch it. Okay. I'm getting Viking Raider vibes from the Dark Order. I wouldn't say they were that good, to be honest. I wouldn't say... Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Definitely see what you're saying. The little Dark Order guy looks just like the little guy out of the Viking Raiders. So I definitely get that. But I don't think they're as good kind of wrestling ability-wise, you know? They're like a poor man's Viking Raiders. But should still be a good match. It's the smaller cat in Dark Order, formerly the son of Havoc from LU. I believe so. There's the fat one from Dark Order. Looks like a Tesco value fiend. A Tesco value fiend. I love that. Yes, you're absolutely right. Or a Walmart fiend if you're in America. Days, the one thing I love about AEW is they do tag matches with legitimate tag teams. I couldn't agree more. I mean, they have done a few, like, 6-man tag matches, which I've not been a big fan of. The other thing I love about AEW is we've had 2 matches, and so far both of these matter. I've got to give him props for that. I'm not, you know what I mean? You're not wasting your time. Like, the winner of this goes through to the final. So it's not a waste of time to watch this match. So I give them credit for that. It's kind of like that Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley didn't really matter, you know? I don't mind it so much with NXT. I don't want to be accused of double standards, but when it comes to Raw and SmackDown, I feel like we know those superstars. We shouldn't need to be introduced to those superstars. If you've watched NXT, then you've already seen them for years. So we know them. We don't need to be introduced to them. I can appreciate maybe like Aleister Black, if you've not seen him, and like the Street Profits that are brand new, that they might need a couple of exhibition matches first of all. I'm totally down with that. But like, honestly, I think if you're a mid-carder or a little bit higher, then the matches need to be building towards something, you know? We're at commercial break, by the way, for NXT, so you're not missing out on anything. We're just watching here as the Dark Order are in control on SCU. Bianca versus Rhea was a #1 contender match. Ah, was it? Credit to them then. Fair play. I honestly didn't know that. I didn't see it was a #1 contenders match. As I said, I'm willing to give NXT a little bit of a pass because this for me is where superstars first arrive. Like Rhea Ripley, you're not going to have seen her unless you've been watching NXT UK, and you're not going to have seen that unless you had the WWE network. So I can kind of forgive it. I think when wrestlers first arrive, I'm totally fine with them having just exhibition matches. But then once you've been on the roster for a while, you've got to start getting into storylines. And it can be difficult to find a storyline for everyone, but look, that's the job. Do you know what I mean? You got 2 hours, fill it with really good, interesting stories, good content. Don't just throw matches together. And I totally agree. WWE have been very guilty of that. Just throwing like Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan together. Nice. Good work by... kick out. Good work by the Dark Order. Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. It's going to be awesome. Funhouse returns on Friday. Yes, looking forward to it. Good evening, Days. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Funhouse? I am an 8. I'm excited, but I've got an edge of concern as well. Tyler Bate in the crowd. So clearly they're showing him off because they want to build him up. So good sign that they want to use Tyler Bate in the future. Oh, Matt Riddle, baby. Love it. Bit of Matt Riddle. Still underway with this tag match on AEW. And Dark Order still firmly in control. Bro. Very cool. There's a woman in the front row that's got one of those blue Sasha Banks wigs on. The flips have flopped. He's very cool, isn't he? He is very, very cool. A lot of excitement around Matt Riddle, and for good reason. Hello, Jericho in the crowd, is he? Inner Circle are in the crowd. Jericho with the championship. We've got the Titos, Ortiz and Santana. And we've got Sammy Guevara as well. They're just casually having a little walk around the crowd. Chris Jericho with the AEW championship. This is cool. Matt Riddle versus Cameron Grimes. Let's talk about matches not having much of a purpose, but this has got a purpose because we're still learning about Cameron Grimes. He's won a few squash matches, so now they're putting him in there with some serious competition. There's a lot of people that are really into Cameron Grimes. I think he's made a really positive impression, so I'm looking forward here to seeing him have this match against Matt Riddle. So this is good. He's had a couple of squash matches. And now he's in there against Matt Riddle, so yeah, I'm up for this. And he goes, oh, he's got that great move, hasn't he? That stomp. And Matt Riddle had scouted it. He gets out the way. Cameron Grimes finds himself down in the corner. He's going to have to do more than that to get past Matt Riddle. SCU are fighting back on AEW. Nice, round back, looking for a DDT. No swinging net breaker. 1, 2. Kick out. So where have they gone? I don't know where they're sat. But we're just seeing Chris Jericho. We're just seeing Inner Circle. There's no Jake Hager. It's the only one that's missing. Are they in some kind of VIP box or something? Okay, we're still underway. Matt Riddle and Cameron Grimes. Kick to the midsection. And across the chest. And again. Kick's getting fired in. Dark Order starting to fight back on AEW. Matt Riddle against the ropes. Big forearm strike against the other corner. Big forearm strike. And an exploder suplex as well by Matt Riddle. Against the ropes, looking for that soccer kick. Standing moonsault, can't land it. Into a senton. Lovely stuff. Days, who's got the best hair amongst Matt Riddle, Mustafa Ali, or Mansoor? It's probably Mansoor. I think Mansoor's hair is delicious. They're eating popcorn and drinking bubbly, the Inner Circle, whilst they're watching this match. I like the fact that Inner Circle are watching this because obviously we know that the Titos, Ortiz and Santana, are interested in going after the tag titles. They want to take out the Young Bucks first, But I like the fact that they're there scouting this match. Oh, Dragon Sleepers! Dragon Sleepers! I don't know why, but we're seeing Dragon Sleepers like every week now. Love it. It's all Matt Riddle against Cameron Grimes as well. And it is a jackhammer. Jackhammer by Matt Riddle. Is that a message being sent? Is Matt Riddle sending a message to Oldberg? Did he just walk on the shoulder of the ref? Did he use the ref then? I don't know if he used the ring ropes or if he used the ref on AEW. Oh, over the top. Lovely work by Dark Order. It's all Riddle. He's looking for that armbar. Cameron Grimes is holding on and actually getting a pin, but it's only a 2. It's just 2 counts everywhere. Did he just walk on the ref's shoulders? I think he did. They're not saying. They're saying they're not showing us a replay or anything, but I want to see a replay of it. German suplex. Cameron Grimes holds on. Oh, 2.9. Do you know we've got female refs on both matches right now? Female refs in both matches. What a time to be alive. If you're a fan of female refs. SCU look like they're on the way here. Knee to the face. 1, 2, 3, and SCU win. So it's going to be SCU versus the Lucha Bros in the final of that tag team tournament. Very cool. The final, I'm guessing that's at Full Gear. SCU. SCU. There we go. SCU. I really like both AEW matches so far, but they were undeniably sloppy. They were sloppy, but I mean, do you know what I mean? It's not that big of an issue. They were entertaining. I think if you're a casual fan, you're going to have enjoyed them. Tell you what, they're splashing around that bubbly. But there was bubbly splashed all over the camera then. Bubbly vision, that's what we've got. Bubbly vision. They're just showing some replays. I want to see the replay. Did he walk on the ref's shoulders? That's the only thing I care about. And I don't think they're going to show us. Just showing us like springboard leg drops. He did! He did! That is insane! He did walk on her shoulder! I thought he did! That is insane. How is that not a DQ? That is amazing. That is brilliant. Days, that tag title match is next week. Oh. Very cool. Hello, we got Cody. We're at commercial break, by the way, guys, on NXT, if you were wondering. Have we had a commercial break? I don't feel like we've had a commercial break on AEW. Is this Joey Janela? I believe it is. the bad boy. People are going to be excited for this because these two had a great match on AEW Dark. And I never watched it. I still haven't seen it. I doubt I ever will, to be honest. I'm not hating on it. I'm just not a fan of AEW Dark. But I'm looking forward to this. They're showing a replay. Oh, no, was that from last week? No, that's from Moxley and Janela, isn't it? If you're on Fight TV in the US, we have picture-in-picture. 2 weeks ago. Okay, we're back on NXT. Cameron Grimes holding on to that bottom rope. They've done a good job of building up Cameron Grimes, actually. Nice senton by Matt Riddle. Kenny Omega's record overall is 3 wins, 3 defeats. I like that. Oh, beautiful. Grimes planting Riddle. 2. Oh, very close. This is such a good showcase for Cameron Grimes. Really good stuff. I think he's looking to go up top now, Grimes. Kenny Omega making his way down. Ooh, Riddle. Forearm strike. Get the feeling that Moxley's going to get involved in this match, don't you? As we build towards Moxley versus Omega. They're just showing a replay, actually. I didn't think they would, but they're showing the AAA victory that Omega had. Omega is the AAA Mega Champion now. Riddle. Oh! Grimes got his knees up. Shame that Omega doesn't have that belt with him. Wonder why they showed him winning the title, but he doesn't actually have the title. Grimes, big kick. Riddle against the ropes. Oh. 1, 2. Oh. Dark was great this week with Taz. I've missed his commentary. Chris Jericho doesn't like what he sees. Excellent match on NXT. It is a great match on NXT. Powerbomb by Riddle. Knee strike. And he's got plants Grimes down. Going for the cover. 2. And Riddle gets the win. Really good win, that. Really good match. Very good. How does Cameron Grimes get to that level? We've seen him win squash matches, but how's he going to actually overcome someone like Matt Riddle? Lot of support for Riddle. Lot of support. Great. Showing some great replays. We've got Janela against Omega underway on AEW. We've just finished with Matt Riddle against Cameron Grimes on NXT. Yeah, it was kind of a Spanish fly, but it was more like a crossbody by Cameron Grimes. He went for that stomp again, didn't he? And got caught into a powerbomb. Knee strike by Matt Riddle. Riddle is the champ. Inner Circle watching on as Kenny Omega takes on Joey Janela. Joey Janela's like he looks like a 90s Jericho, doesn't he? There we go, look. Matt Riddle with a fist bump. Oh, Cameron Grimes pushing Tyler Bate. Bop and bang! Bop and bang, and Cameron Grimes gets laid out. Don't mess around with Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate just dusting himself down. So Tyler Bate in the crowd delivers bop and bang to Cameron Grimes, whose bad day got worse. Chops by Joey Janela. Joey Janela's got that great, like, late 90s look, hasn't he? Joey Janela's like a Brian Pillman or a Chris Jericho. He's got that kind of late 90s WCW vibe. He's doing well. He's certainly got the upper hand at the moment on Omega. Six-man tag match. Oh, we are seeing Breezango. Breezango and a mystery partner versus the Forgotten Sons. Who's that gonna be? Who is that gonna be? Breezango and a mystery partner. Could be anyone, couldn't it? I hope they've gone and got a big name. That would make a big statement. That would make a big statement. We're just hearing from Dijakovic. Flying Brian for sure. Yeah, strong Brian Pillman resemblances against the ropes. Nice. Janela against the ropes. And Omega with a Hurricanrana. Inner Circle are going to get trashed with the amount of champagne they're drinking, consuming. Mystery partner could be Kevin Owens. Kushida makes sense, doesn't it? Kevin Owens as a mystery partner would be awesome. Let me know, who do you think? Do you think Kevin Owens? Do you think Kushida? Do you think someone else? Kenny going against the ropes. Over the top, comes crashing down onto Joey Janela. I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's because I'm having to watch two shows, but this match still isn't the great match that I was hoping for from Kenny. We're at commercial break on NXT, so I'm going to really give this AEW match my attention. Kenny up top, missile drop kick to the back. Joey Janela goes down. Going for the cover. Kick out by Joey. Kenny grabbing Joey. Is he looking for the one-winged? What's he going for? No. Clubs across the back. Forearm strikes coming in from Kenny. Big forearm strikes. Picks up Joey. Looking to... Nice. Buckle bomb. Against the ropes. Picks him up. Plants him down. Shoulder up by Joey. I think it's the pacing. I mean, what time is it? I'm about 50 minutes in. If they're going to give this another 10 minutes, then the pace is fine. But if this is going to wrap up in the next few minutes, it's too slow. Breezango, Johnny Gargano. Finn Balor makes sense. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it'll be Balor. Apparently we're going to hear from Balor, so I don't think they'd put Balor in the match and then do a promo after. They might do. They might do. Kevin Owens, but nothing. The match 2-on-2 until the end. Breezango and Johnny Gargano. I love hardcore matches. Gangrel to debut. John Morrison? Could be John Morrison? It could be John Morrison. I actually said earlier that I would debut John Morrison tonight. If they have got him and he's ready to go, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this. They're behind in the war. John Morrison is a big deal for wrestling fans. He's fun as well. I could see him working with Breezango. This could be Morrison. That only just dawned on me. This could be Morrison. Oh my god. I hope I'm not getting my hopes up for no reason. Definitely am. It's going to turn out to be Triple H, which would be cool. But I'm wondering. John Morrison's brand isn't confirmed. Now, I mean, John Morrison to WWE hasn't been confirmed. But I do feel like NXT would make the most sense for John Morrison. Is, you know, known to wrestling fans. Yeah, okay, so we're just hearing from Regal, who's talking about that women tag title thing. Yeah, I'm Papa Shango. Papa Shango? You're right, it's going to be Papa Shango. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about Papa Shango. Hello, here they are. Are they dressed up as airplane control people? I don't know what you would call them. Whatever it is, it's sexy. I'm all about NXT right now. Breezango are here. They've got that Top Gun kind of vibe, haven't they? I'm getting definite Top Gun vibes. They are the Top Guns. Breezango. They look awesome, man. So, Breezango making their way down. I'm loving the graphics behind them as well. They look great. I tell you, this is the best tag team. I don't care about the Young Bucks. I don't care about the Lucha Bros. Just give me Breezango dressed up as extras out of Top Gun. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. Look at Breezango's even using those things to beckon and call. Fandango, sorry, is calling in Tyler Breeze. Using those sticks. Here we go. So, are we going to find out who their partner is? Oh, okay. This is, Scott. This is the guy that I think won that breakout tournament. Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. I was really hoping for John Morrison. I feel like that's a big missed opportunity. I feel like that's a really big missed opportunity. Okay, so here come the Forgotten Sons. Was this the guy that won? I can't remember, you know. I don't know. I might have been wrong. Okay, let's go back to AEW for a second. Joey Janela just trying to get the pin on Kenny. I gotta tell you, I don't think the crowd are really into this match. It's not as if the crowd are all on their feet and going crazy. Crowd seem very quiet for AEW. Omega's got over to the ropes. Joey Janela's going up top. Janela. Oh! Crashed onto the edge of the ring and Omega moved out the way. The winner of the breakout tournament was Jordan Miles. Thank you. Wow, that just makes this mystery partner even more disappointing. I really feel like NXT have got to just sprinkle in a little bit more. They're behind in the war. And I don't think the likes of Isaiah Scott's going to turn it around for them. One Winged Angel by Omega. And that match was poor. I'm sorry, that match was poor. It ended up going 7 minutes. Omega gets the victory. Granted, I'm having to watch 2 shows, so I couldn't take all of the action in, but that crowd looked bored. The crowd looked bored. And I don't know what is up with Omega. I don't know. Let me know. What did you think? Let me know. What do you give that match out of 10? I'm very interested. Have I got it wrong? For me, that's like a 6 out of 10 match. But maybe I'm wrong. If you watched it, let me know. What would you give that out of 10? Mr. Ryan is at AEW. What would you give it, dude? What would you give that Kenny Omega match? It seemed poor to me. The first 2 matches were really good. That one, it wasn't a terrible match. Just didn't live up to the expectation. It's such a high bar for Kenny. Such a high bar. We're at commercial break for NXT as well. I'm a bit disappointed in the fact that that reveal was so lackluster. I think if you're going to do a mystery partner, it's got to be someone good, you know? It's got to be someone that we're going to get excited about. There's no point teasing it and then everyone go, oh. 5, 0, 6.5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7.5. Started slow, ended great. Kenny Omega was good in New Japan, not in AEW. 7. NXT sucks too. 8. Amazing sales, but they couldn't recreate the AEW Dark. 0 out of 10. Maybe I got it about right then. Maybe it was about a 6. Right, Cody is here. Let's move on. Cody is here. It's a good show from AEW. No shade on AEW. It's a good show. Why can only Cody come from the middle? Is that like in his contract or something? Guessing this is going to be a promo. We got Pyro on AEW. The American Nightmare. Cody. He doesn't act like a nightmare though, does he? That's the only problem. I really like the name. Obviously, it's a play on Dusty Rhodes, his dad, and being the American Dream. So Cody is the American Nightmare. I just wish he was a little bit more of a nightmare. I wish he was a little bit more of a rascal. In a circle, just watching on from that box still. Commercial break for NXT at the moment. And Cody just entering the ring. We are getting towards the end of the first hour, so we're at the halfway point. I would say the best show so far was... I don't know. I think it's very close again. I might be leaning towards NXT. But it's super, super close. Super close. I thought that Matt Riddle-Cameron Grimes match was insane. But then saying that, Lucha Bros against Private Party was insane as well. Cody just sharing the spotlight for a moment with Tony. Okay, here we go. Tony, there's a Tony chant. Tony's over, guys. Crowd are loving on Tony. That's a nice chant. What else do you guys like chanting? CM Punk! CM Punk! CM Punk! CM Punk! Oh, are we? I didn't know. Boo! Brilliant. He's asking Tony if he's got a joke. WWE booking. 2K20. WWE 2K20. Okay, someone's got a joke. Cody. Bears joke. Here we go. This better be good. I feel like that guy wasted his opportunity. Okay, I think we're about to go back from commercial for AEW. We are back on NXT. Okay, we are back from AEW. So during the commercial break in America, Cody jumped out to the crowd, asked someone if they would tell a joke. And he was like, "Can you tell a bear joke?" Ooh, lots of boos. Ooh, major announcement. Are the Inner Circle? They are. Inner Circle are interrupting the announcement. They've got foghorns. This is some quality, childish stuff. But actually quite funny stuff. No shade. This reminds me of like something DX would do, you know, in the Attitude Era. Just keeping an eye on NXT, but obviously the match doesn't matter. Jericho booing. Okay, he's got a microphone. Cody says this isn't like the other wrestling company. There's not an invisible wall. I can easily step through. Little bit of shade from Cody on that other wrestling company. Although that's not true. They fight in the crowd all the time. Few empty seats you can see. Cody chants. Hey, Pittsburgh, shut your mouth. Lots of empty seats? Jesus, look at all them empty seats. Jericho says, you're not going to come up here because you're a coward. He's going to go up there, isn't he? He's going to go up there. Oh, calls him a millennial. I won't repeat it, but it's enough to get Cody to go up there. It's all happening on AEW. Oh, he's got one leg over. Is that a vicar? That guy next to him looks like a vicar. Is that the security or a vicar? Who's standing? Who is that guy next to Cody? He look. Bless you, my son. Bless you. Hello, what's happening? Some music that's hit. Dustin's come out. Okay, so 4-2, so Young Bucks, yeah? Is it going to be... Bucks have got a match tonight against Best Friends, though? MJF. So it's not going to be the Bucks. The Bucks have got a match tonight against Best Friends. We might see Orange Cassidy tonight. Oh, man, could you imagine if Orange Cassidy comes out now? This would be a really great match for Orange Cassidy to get involved in. So now we're going to be scared of someone wearing a scarf. They just need one more. Come on, Orange. DDP! DDP! No way is DDP coming out to fight. No way. Are they going to have DDP in a match? DDP is coming out. He is, look. DDP is here. This is cool, man. I haven't watched what's happening on NXT, but this is cool. We've got Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, MJF, and Diamond Dallas Page. In fairness, Diamond Dallas Page is probably younger than Jericho. They're going up. Don't you take one more step. They're going to run away. Inner Circle are going to run away. They're going. Crowd are booing. Oh, what? Are they locking themselves in that room? They finally get up there. And they've locked themselves in a room. What, is he going to put that window through? Oh, my God. That went into the face of Jericho. They're in. And they're brawling. Cody's broken the glass. Oh, look at this. He puts the trash over on Jericho. They're fighting in the concourse. Security in lovely red t-shirts. Why are some in red and some in yellow? Oh, he's gone over to a Dippin' Dot. I love them Dippin' Dots. Can't get them in the UK. Dippin' Dots, man. Little dots of ice cream. They're the future. They've been the future for about 20 years, though. I remember having them in the 90s, being told that was the future of ice cream. And then Ben & Jerry's came along. This is cool, man. Fighting on the concourse. I don't even know what's happening on NXT. They can't match this. Has he got an ice cream? What's he got? Oh, he's got tickets. I think they're being kicked out. Jericho is showing his tickets. I think that vicar is up there as well. God bless you all. Inner Circle being removed. He's like, I've got my ticket! I've got my ticket! There's a guy down. Is that a fan? I don't know if that's a fan or not, but there's one guy that's down. Oh, are they plants, do you think? Are they plants? They're being escorted. There's police around. It's all kicking off, guys. Where's that fan that was down? I want to know. Is he still down? Is the Dippin' Dot stand okay? That's what I want to know. We've got tickets. Jericho says he wants them arrested. That was a really, really good segment. No doubt about it. That has swung it back into AEW's favour. He just keeps saying, we've got tickets! We've got tickets! If Jericho says something enough, it becomes a catchphrase. Big smile on the face of Jericho. Lio Rush making his way out. I think did Breezango win that? I don't know. I wasn't even watching NXT then. It was all about AEW. Fans going crazy. Jericho sticks the ticket on his forehead. Bring that money. I wish Lio Rush would change that belt. I absolutely hate that cruiserweight belt. Purple strap looks stupid. That might have been commercial break, but we've got best friends coming out. Are we going to see Orange? We want Orange. We want Orange. I think he's coming out. I think Orange Cassidy. Oh, Orange Cassidy's here. Orange Cassidy is here. Oh, baby. Don't know why they keep showing us. There he is. Best friends versus... I can't even remember who they're facing. Is it Young? Oh, it's Young Bucks, I think. Young Bucks. That was good, man. There he is. There's Orange. Where's he going? What's he going to do? And over on NXT, it's going to be Lio Rush versus someone. So, look forward to that. Freshly squeezed. Jericho is the best wrestler on earth. That man is getting tickets over. I'm having some AEW. AEW! Is the Bucks Super Kick Party! Very cool. They're winning this match, aren't they? $20-minute time limit. They are 4-3, the Young Bucks. Nick and Matt Jackson. Okay, we're still at commercial break for NXT. Orange Cassidy in the ring. Orange Cassidy is not impressed by life, let alone the Young Bucks. He's just kind of standing in between the Young Bucks. Oh, Jesus Christ, they've pushed him. They've pushed Orange. Ah! it's devastating! Orange Cassidy unloading right now! Kicks to the shins of the Young Bucks! Orange Cassidy throws his hands in the air and straight in. Ah! How dare they! How dare they! They managed to survive those kicks from Orange Cassidy. And they managed to super kick him out the ring. Absolute devastating action over on AEW. Absolutely hard-hitting stuff. It does give Best Friends just a quick advantage here. So Orange Cassidy has sacrificed himself for the cause. And Best Friends have got the advantage early. All thanks to Freshly Squeezed. It's all down to Freshly Squeezed. He knows what he's doing. He's a tactical genius. Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. Super kick to the outside. Young Bucks, though, starting to come back into it. Just see Orange Cassidy rolling around on the floor. Lovely work. Right, NXT, we got Killian Dane. He's not going for the Cruiserweight title, is he? I think we should still have Lio Rush in the ring, waiting for his match. Killian Dane going after Pete Dunne. Peter! Oh, Lio Rush is on commentary, so it's not a Lio Rush match. Fair play. Because 3 people on commentary wasn't just quite enough, was it? Let's have 4. Young Bucks hug in the ring. Nice. I came to collect. Right, what have we got? Is this Angel Garza? Angel Garza making his way down. Angel Garza. Angel Garza is here. Orange Cassidy still down on AEW. Good work by Best Friends on the outside. Poor Orange Cassidy. Who's Angel Garza taking on? Into the corner go the Bucks. Jack Gallagher? Okay. Weird. Jack Gallagher's got a lovely robe. Look at that robe. Ooh, credit where it's due. Lovely robe. I am a fan of Jack Gallagher in the sense of he's a proper throwback, you know? Old school grappler. But I really feel like he lost his way on 205 Live. Really lost his way. But he is someone very different, very interesting. He's like old school. So old school, he's become new school. Kind of like NWA, really. He'd be brilliant on NWA. Jack Gallagher on NWA would be awesome. Lovely robe. So, Angel Garza against Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Is this good enough to go up against the Young Bucks? I mean, don't know. Clothesline to the outside, Young Bucks to the outside. You see, matches like this, I feel, give AEW the advantage. I know they're trying to build up their cruiserweight division. I understand that. But I don't know. They're up against the Young Bucks. And Orange Cassidy. AEW sucks. AEW trending #1 worldwide. I'm not surprised. Stop hating on NXT and stop hating on AEW. All of you haters sound stupid. I don't think it's about hating. I think it's about... Well, if there are people hating for no reason, then that is silly. I think you should be constructive with your criticism. My criticism right now is I don't think Angel Garza versus Jack Gallagher is strong enough to go up against the Young Bucks versus Best Friends with Orange Cassidy at ringside. And we're just following a fantastic segment on AEW as well. I don't know, the booking for NXT is just not... I don't want to say it's not right, because it's very good. It's excellent. But I'm not seeing them... They're not giving us anything that's going to win the war for them. Let's put it that way. I think that's the best way of putting it. I can't see anything that's going to win the war for NXT. I can't even see them winning the battles at the moment. They're just putting on a good show. Best Friends with a tornado DDT. Garza doing some good work against Gentleman Jack. I think Orange is still down, you know. Against the ropes. Nice suicide dive. Best Friends trying to come back into it. Where are we? We've only got 40 minutes. That's amazing. Goes so fast. Proper fast. Great strength by Jack Gallagher, though, picking up Angel Garza. AEW is a gift from God to save wrestling. Gallagher with the pin. Kick out by Garza. AEW needs a mid-card belt. They absolutely do. You're absolutely right. But I think they can take their time. There's no need to rush this. They still need to crown their tag team champs, don't they? To the outside goes Jack Gallagher. Garza against the ropes. That was cool. He just stopped short and then just hit Jack Gallagher across the back. Picks up Gallagher. Gallagher on his feet. Headbutt from Jack Gallagher. It's a decent match. Young Bucks, though, trying to put Best Friends away. Look underneath. Oh, planted. Absolutely planted. 2. Garza wins. Garza wins over on AEW. So, Garza with the victory over on AEW. On NXT. Over on AEW, we got Best Friends down. In fact, both teams are down over on AEW. Elbows. Nice. Blockbuster. Sit down powerbomb by... Oh. Just watching here. Angel Garza just pointing over to Lio Rush. Angel Garza saying that he wants that. He wants that title. So we're building towards Lio Rush versus Angel Garza. This will be good. Coming up next, we've got Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. La, 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 la. NXT is on USA, it is. Hello, big DJ Z. Thank you very much for the support, my friend. Let me know what show you're watching. I gotta say, I think AEW has absolutely owned it this week. Thought the first match was decent with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. But I think the rest has just been a bit subpar from NXT. And they do hug best friends. Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy up top. Cassidy with his hands in his pockets comes crashing down onto the Bucks. Orange Cassidy has had enough. He's snapped. Is he gonna help win this for the team? Oh, no. Nick Jackson making the save. Nick in the nick of time. That is top quality commentary. Nick in the nick of time. Over the top rope and to the outside goes Nick. Matt down. Okay, Chuck is in the ring. It's hard to know who's going to win this, actually. They got Matt up. Oh, he lands on his feet. Matt lands on his feet. Super kicks. Super kick party. Brilliant. Young Bucks coming back. Charge over into the corner, up onto the top rope, come crashing down onto Trent and Orange. Matt. Beautiful splash. Moonsault. And the Young Bucks win. Young Bucks get the victory. The Young Bucks. Too many spots ruin a match. I agree. I do agree. Why aren't they called Nox and Kai Team Kick? I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. Just an advert for Total Divas. Hello. Young Bucks cutting a promo. They're saying that they accept the challenge from the Titos. Oh, at Full Gear? So Santana and Ortiz versus the Young Bucks has been made for Full Gear. Britt Baker coming up next, apparently, and this is her home state. Britt Baker, don't know who she's facing. Maybe, I don't know. Nyla Rose, maybe? Okay, we are back on NXT. We got Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. It's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to this. Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox. They have had a long road back. They should call them the Knee Brace Sisters. The Knee Braces. So we've got Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai taking on Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. Winner will face the Kabuki Warriors next week. Shayna Baszler's here. Here they are. Bum, 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 bum. Feel like Marina and Jessamine should win this. It's going to be good, guys. This is going to be good. This is the good stuff. Jamie Hayter. I think she's from the UK. She's losing this match. This Jamie Hayter is losing this match. He's trying to grab a sign and rip up a sign. What a hater. This looks like a white Io Shirai. Jamie Hayter. That's the vibe I'm getting. Britt Baker making her way. We are underway with this tag match. Obviously, oh my god, who's this? Who's that? Is that Adam Cole? Has Adam Cole come out with Britt Baker? What's going on? That's the Pittsburgh pervert. I don't know what he is. The Pittsburgh pervert's here along with Britt Baker. Is he the Pittsburgh Steeler? Is that the is he a stealer? Is he a thief? What is he? Walking into the camera, I know that much. They're swinging around some yellow rags. Are they dust cloths? Welcome to Britsburg. That's cute. Right, well, looks like we're doing some dusting. We're swinging around our dust cloths. I gotta say, I think I'm more interested in NXT right now. We've got a very good match underway. Marina Shafir working on the arm of Dakota Kai. The muscles on Marina Shafir. Right, nice. Forearm strike from Dakota. He's Steely McBeam. Okay. Nice, stuck underneath. Dakota Kai over to the corner. Forearm smash to Jessamine Duke. Desperately trying to tag in Tegan Nox. She can't do it. Tegan Nox is in now. Plants down Jessamine Duke. Plants down Marina Shafir. Goes over. Nice uppercut. Top rope enziguri. Jessamine Duke down in the corner. Tegan. Oh my god. The cannonball, but Jesus. Looked a little risky. Up top. Crossbody. 1, 2. And Marina Shafir comes in. Dakota Kai's in. Big kick by Dakota Kai. She rolls Marina Shafir out the ring. Jessamine Duke with a quick roll up. Tegan Nox, though, survives. Headbutt. Headbutt from Tegan. Oh, my God. Big, massive kick to the face. And she gets the win. She gets the win. Tegan Nox gets the victory. Tegan Nox. I don't know. Could they put the titles on them too? Could we see Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai with those women tag belts? I wouldn't say it's too out of the realms of possibility. I feel like I think it's in the realms of possibility. But Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai are now #1 contenders. I did not expect that to go that way. Oh, hello, we got Kabuki Warriors on screen. Kabuki Warriors on screen. Oh, they're laughing. We beat you! Oh. Kairi Sane says you've got no chance. I forgot that the Kabuki Warriors were heels now. So I suppose that does make sense. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, they don't have a chance. Talking about Asuka. Love the fact Asuka's got all that running green gloop now everywhere on her face. I love that. I think we're building towards the main event. I mean, we're seeing Keith Lee. I can tell you that Britt Baker is still having this match against Jamie Hayter. Balor is closing the show. Oh, what's Jamie Hayter doing? Oh, look at that. Puts a finger in her mouth and then straight in the ear of Britt Baker. This is classic high school stuff. Up next, it is the triple threat match for that North American Championship. Roderick Strong versus Keith Lee versus Dijakovic. Little bit bored of this women's match on AEW. I think it's perfectly fine. But just a little bit bored. Jamie Hayter is a Tesco value page. I can see that. She's more like Paige's mom. She's more like Soraya Knight. Where is Finn Balor? He should be on after that triple threat match. I think they're going to make people wait until the end. I think their plan probably is, if anyone's watching AEW, they'll turn over to NXT after this finishes, and they want you to see Finn Balor at that point, because they want you to question, wow, what else did I miss? So I think that's the logic, and it's good logic. Put Finn Balor on at the time where you're going to have most eyes on him, and that'll be that kind of 10 minutes after AEW finishes. Back elbow from Soraya Knight. Knee from Britt Baker. I mean, there's no doubt who's winning this, is there? Surely Britt Baker's winning this. Nice sling blade. 1, 2. Kick out by Soraya. Hayter's a way better wrestler than Paige. Well, she is right now, yes. Shout out to Dean Winchester. I had TNT, but I can't see this show. It's good logic, but I'll never pull away from AEW. Shout out to the devil. Hayter is a great gaijin in Japan. She? I honestly don't know anything about her. Kick out by Britt Baker. Against the ropes. Knee strike. I'm not a hater of Hayter. What? I don't even understand that comment. JR saying Jamie Hayter now must be confused as to what she needs to do. She's probably thinking to herself, right, I know that we're in her hometown. I know she's a doctor. What does that got to do with anything? What does her being a doctor got to do with anything? That was a little bit... I wasn't keen on that. It was a bit of a brain buster, but I don't think it was meant to be by Britt Baker, who gets planted down by Soraya Hayter. Clothesline. Hayter to... Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Hayter against the ropes. Super kick by Britt Baker, who's a doctor. Don't ever forget that. Look underneath. Nice cutter. Stunner. Swinging net breaker. And 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up. My God, this is like the never-ending match. This is like Seth Rollins versus The Fiend at Crown Jewel. This cannot be stopped for any reason. Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes has been announced for next week. Oh, okay. I think you're a few seconds ahead of me. I haven't come across that yet. This has been pretty bad, to be honest. Was that diamond cutter? I suppose it was. Oh, it's finished as well. We've got Kathy Kelly. Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes next week. There it is. Britt Baker wins on AEW. Next week as well, we got Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Them two have had some fantastic wars. And the camera's panning over. We're going to bask in his glory. Keith Lee has been all over NXT since it got moved, hasn't he? Like Mr. NXT. Rightfully so, he's a great wrestler. Next week, World Tag Team Championship match. Lucha Bros versus SCU on AEW. We're approaching the final 20 minutes. As always, it's gone very quick. So Keith Lee making his way down. AEW just showing a replay of that beatdown. I tell you what I really appreciate from AEW. When they go to commercials, they actually fill the time with extra footage. Before, they just cut to a camera and you just saw, like, the ring. You didn't see anything extra. Whereas now we're starting to, you know, Cody asking the crowd, does anyone know a joke? I think we probably saw more of that kind of fallout on the concourse. And I think they've kind of changed their approach a little bit. Dijakovic making his way out on NXT. This match is going to be absolute fire. Also, we've got Pac versus Jon Moxley. Is that the main event? It's got to be. Okay, we're backstage with Hater. Oh, hello. Someone's attacked Hater. Brandy. What's Brandy doing? Is that Brandy? Crazy. Right, I need to change this over. I think just as I was praising them for filling the adverts with footage, we now don't get anything. We're just getting, like, different shots and silence. Roderick Strong making his way down. Pac versus Jon Moxley. Brandy, yes. Who's trending worldwide? AEW. They deserve it. They've put on a good show. Days, I heard so many good things about Britt Baker, but this match really is not doing anything. I'm finding it boring. I've not been overly impressed with Britt Baker. They keep putting over the fact she's a doctor, but who cares? It's not a big part of her gimmick, you know? It's just like an extra fact. It's like constantly telling me that Kenny Omega collects stamps. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a thing that she's achieved, but it's got nothing to do with wrestling or her gimmick. I mean, alright, she's got a few teeth on her entrance attire, and we call her doctor, and that's it. So I really don't get how they're presenting her, and I have to agree. I've not been. I think Britt Baker is the female equivalent to Kenny Omega. Loads of hype, loads of talk, but when push comes to shove, just hasn't been doing it. A lot of people might think that's unfair, but I'm just saying what I see. It's constructive criticism. Because I do think the rest of AEW tonight has been very good. Hashtag North American title, triple threat. Keith Lee, Dijakovic, Roderick Strong. I agree with the Baker stuff. Is Full Gear on TNT because it says by now? I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know. I'm having to watch it on the Fight app. I don't even know when it is. It's like early November, isn't it? She needs another 10 matches. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Just like Lacey Evans is a Marine. Do you know what? They should... I feel like they should definitely use that more. I've been saying this for a long time. She's former military. She's a Marine. I think the only problem is they can't use it because she's a heel. So no one's going to boo a Marine. You know? So I think they don't embrace it because they want her to be booed. So maybe when she has a face turn, then they'll start talking about her being a Marine more. You got Keith Lee one side, Dijakovic the other. Roderick Strong dives into the ring. Could they be doing the Roman with Britt Baker? Doing the Roman? That sounds like a dance, doesn't it? Doing the Roman. Full Gear is a pay-per-view. It is a pay-per-view, yes. I think it's available on Fight. I think you have to purchase it. I think it's on Fight. Jim Cornette would agree with you days on Omega. I've been listening to a lot of Jim Cornette, and I do agree with a lot of what... I don't agree with everything, but I do agree with a lot of what he's been saying recently. I think it's very, very interesting when even Jim Ross turns around and says there's too much flipping and flopping on AEW. I think that's very, very interesting. He wasn't burying them. He was just saying that for his taste, there's too much of that. And I agree. I really agree. I think you can do a lot less and still have the same impact. It doesn't have to be from bell to bell, just constant madness, you know? Oh, Pat comes out with a chair, smashes Moxley from behind. Brilliant. And now he's stomping away on Moxley. I mean, how long we got? 15 minutes? He's choking him with his own jacket. Oh, you love to see it, don't you? You love to see it. The Roman dance. I'm telling you, it's going to be in all the discotheques this winter. Get down to your local discotheque and do the Roman. Into the barricade goes Moxley. Hard-hitting start to this match. We are at commercial break for NXT. Into the other barricade goes Moxley. Adrian Neville versus Dean Ambrose. Jim Ross even disses AEW. Well, it wasn't really a diss. It was, again, a constructive criticism. I agree with his point that they need to do less. It's still great. The action is still great, and it would still be great. But it would mean more, you know? It would mean more. They're going to burn themselves out. I mean, how can they raise themselves for the pay-per-views when they give you everything they've got every show, you know? It's hard to be critical of that, but they can still put on a great show and still have the same impact if they just cut down on the amount of crazy spots that they do. Pat going up top. It's all Pat right now. Moxley rolls out the ring. Pat's going to go to the outside, isn't he? Suicide dive. Going to go over the top, is he? Over the top. Comes crashing down. Lovely stuff. Two great matches right now. Hard to know what you should be watching. I might have to say NXT because it is for the title. And we know Keith Lee Dijakovic is insane. Back elbow from Keith Lee. Forearm strike by Keith Lee as well. Roderick Strong comes in and starts firing a few forearms across the back of Keith Lee. Keith Lee hurling Roderick Strong out the ring. Big splash into Dijakovic. Neville drops the leg on Moxley. Watching AAA wrestling, it's a gong show each match. AEW is far more watchable. A lot of these wrestlers are on TV for the first time. Let the storylines and the characters develop. There's not the time. There's not the time, to be honest. Suplex. In this day and age, they should be using social media. They should be using YouTube. They've got so many avenues to kind of develop the stories that they can't afford to be doing that just once a week on the actual shows, you know? I think AEW do a good job with the whole being the elite and all of that kind of stuff. NXT doesn't have that, and I think it really misses it. I think NXT needs a lot more support than it gets. Like, we need to know more about Cameron Grimes, and we can't afford to find out on a Wednesday because this is a war. Make no mistake about it, this is a war. And they can't use that time for that. The matches have got to have purpose. They've got to be part of a storyline, or they've got to be a stipulation, or I really believe that. Otherwise, people will just change the channel and see what the other company is doing. Dijakovic, knee to the side of Roderick Strong, plants down Roderick Strong, back elbow to Keith Lee, hand across the chest. I can tell you that Moxley is down and out on the outside of the ring, and Keith Lee gets thrown on top of Roderick Strong by Dijakovic. Wow, great strength from Dijakovic there. They have video packages to use. Days, get the Roman dance copyright written before Fortnite steals it. Stardom has got great women wrestlers. It absolutely does. A lot of women who do nothing in WWE should honestly go somewhere else like AEW. JR and Cornette have seen many a wrestling promotion come and go. They know what they're talking about. Wise words. I think AEW have definitely got enough to last. They said actually they would be over the moon if they could stay at about 1 million viewers. So they're quite happy with where they are. And I really like their storytelling. I think they've got such a big personality in Jericho. It's kind of hard for NXT to match that. NXT doesn't really have a Jericho. They've got Finn Balor, but they're using him very sparingly, which I suppose is wise. But it's just hard. It's really hard for them, you know? It's a war that AEW are definitely winning at the moment. There's nothing NXT are doing to kind of change the tide. You know? I'm really surprised that, like, they haven't brought in a Kevin Owens or someone. Could you imagine if there was a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud in NXT? I mean, Sami Zayn's just a manager now. It's a disgrace. Kevin Owens, I think, is going to get a bit of a storyline on Raw. I think they will use him, but get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn down in NXT. You know what I mean? This is meant to be a war. And NXT, as much credit as I give them, they're investing it in, like, up-and-coming talent. But I would like to see them just lean a little bit more on some established names, even if it's just short-term. Oh, look at that. Moxley planting, absolutely spiking Pac on the edge of the ring. Vicious. That was vicious. NXT goes to commercial break. That's what I hate about WWE. 75% of the women in the back never get used apart from when they're jobbers, which sucks. Days, I got some Liv Morgan updates. She's been tweeting. Give me the gist, dude. Give me the gist. Favorite wrestler of all times, Undertaker. Is this the main event? Both of these are the main events. Although we should be seeing Finn Balor after this triple threat match. Lee with a big bomb. Into the corner goes Moxley. He explodes out with a clothesline. Jericho is carrying AEW on his back. I'm not sure that's true. I think Lucha Bros have definitely got something to say about that. I think the Young Bucks would have something to say about that. I think Cody would have something to say about that. I think Omega is underwhelmed. I think the women's division is underwhelmed. I said that I thought Moxley had underwhelmed, but we haven't seen a great deal from him, so I'm not going to be critical of Moxley. He needs to have a little bit of time. He's not had that many matches. Obviously, he's been out injured. This is quite an important match. Moxley against Pac is quite important. So I want to see what these two have got. I'm a big fan of Pac. Suicide dive by Moxley. It's a decent match so far. Pac, that was a nasty spike on his head. Supposedly Liv is going to join up with Bray. Both shows are great. It's just that AEW is new and fresh. I tweeted you on Twitter. Should be only 7 minutes. 7 minutes for AEW, but NXT always overruns by about 5-10 minutes. Oh, beautiful. Is that a sidewalk slam by Moxley? Moxley going over, knee to the side of the head. Shoulder up by Pac. Looking for a cloverleaf. Cloverleaf, yep. Cloverleaf by Moxley. We're still at commercial break on NXT. I'm not too worried about NXT because we know that's going to go long. But I do think we're going to get Balor. So there's every chance both of these matches finish around about the same time. Pac is down. NXT needs Owens, Zayn, Nakamura, Kyrie, Asuka, Rude, Joe. I don't know if they need all of them. I think they could definitely do with a couple. Why does NXT overrun when they are taped? They're not taped, they're live. And they purposefully overrun because they want people to watch them after they watch AEW. Pac and Mox will end in a draw. 1, 2. Kick out by Moxley. Days, what show are you enjoying the most? Probably AEW, I'm afraid. Oh my god, I'm just seeing a replay though of NXT. Look at this. That is insane. Keith Lee had Dijakovic. Dijakovic had Roderick Strong. Keith Lee managed to powerbomb both of them. Roderick Strong now unleashing forearms. I do think this triple threat's going to be the better match. Big boot by Dijakovic. Backbreaker by Roderick Strong. Dijakovic rolls out the ring. Roderick Strong against the ropes. Big strikes. Just smashing forearms against Keith Lee. Repeatedly hitting him with forearms. Knee to the face now. He's going to look to pick him up. Oh, he does! Great work by Roderick Strong. Going for the cover. 2. Kick out by Keith Lee. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. Little bit of Keith Lee right there. Pac with a 630 splash. Is it a 450? Not like a 630. Could be a 24/7. Up top goes Pac. He's got Moxley down. Oh, no one home. Against the ropes goes Roderick Strong, who gets caught by Dijakovic and Keith Lee. Big kicks. He's having to work hard here, Roderick Strong. Backbreaker. Oh, bit of a GTS and then shoulder charged down. All three guys on the outside of the ring right now. Keith Lee and Dijakovic face to face. And they both just allow each other to get into the ring so that they can carry on with this never-ending feud. Brilliant. NXT crowd on their feet right now. Both guys are down on AEW and they've got to get a finish soon. Moxley, 1, 2, kick out. And it's time. Time limit draw. I like it. I like it. I like time limit draws. I think they should do more time limit draws. TV time has expired, so the match ends in a time limit draw. Love it. Oh, Moxley attacks the ref, plants the ref. Moxley frustrated. That is going to cost him some money. Why is the cameraman in the ring? That cameraman's asking for trouble, man. Surely. No? He's letting the cameraman live. And that's it for AEW. We're just seeing Keith Lee getting planted. Oh, we're still live on AEW. And Pac has actually attacked Moxley from behind. I'm guessing this is footage that you're not seeing in America. So, Pac stomping away on Moxley. This is quite clever, isn't it? Are they doing this so that people won't tune over to NXT? That's cheeky, isn't it? Mamma Mia is the chant on NXT. You should call your mama and tell her to turn on NXT, according to Mauro Ranallo. I can tell you that Pac's put a chair around the neck of Moxley. Pac's going up to that middle rope, but Kenny Omega's come running down. Chases Pac away. Keith Lee against the ropes. Over the top comes crashing down onto Dijakovic. Seven and a half out of 10. That might be a little bit high, but I thought the tag matches at the start were good. Is that high? Is that too high? I really enjoyed that segment, though, with Jericho. I'm feeling that. I could be convinced to go to 7. 7.5, absolute maximum. Keith Lee plants. Roderick Strong gets in. 1, 2. Roderick Strong wins. Out of nowhere. Steals the victory. Hangman Page has come out. Poor Pac's getting attacked from all angles here. Roderick Strong has retained. Surely going to be Finn Balor next. Undisputed Era. In the ring. Balor's music going to hit or something? Hello. They're beating up on Keith Lee. We know that Balor's coming out. I mean, surely Balor's going to make the save here. And you got Undisputed Era beating up on Keith Lee. Keith Lee down. It's a 4-on-1 attack right now. All them belts are just lying around in the ring. They all grab their titles. Is that "We Want Balor"? Is that a "We Want Balor" chant? I think there's a "We Want Balor" chant. Lights going out. The screen goes. Hello, what's happening here? Tommaso! Tommaso's here! And he's got what looks to be a kendo stick. No, it's a crutch. Tommaso is here with a crutch. Dragging that crutch down to the ring. Where's Balor? That's what I want to know. Tommaso dragging the crutch down to the ring. Over on AEW, we've got Hangman Page. Cutting a promo, talking to Pac. Tommaso's getting in the ring here. Tommaso in the ring with all 4 members of the Undisputed Era. Dad is home. Dad is home. Dad is home. Daddy is home. Daddy's come for Goldie. And Daddy is not alone because we've got Johnny wrestling Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano has come out. We've got a little DIY reunion. This is cool. We've got Undisputed Era in the ring. Tommaso is in there. Johnny Gargano. DIY chant from the crowd. I'm guessing Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, 4-on-4. What do we think? War Games round the corner? At the moment. Hello. Velveteen Dream! It's the Dream! Velvet, of course, he got attacked. No, it's Balor! It's Balor! Balor's here! Balor's here! Balor's come walking down. And Dream would make perfect sense, wouldn't he? He got attacked last week, so... Balor is here. Johnny Gargano. Finn Balor. Tommaso Ciampa. Who's the 4th man? Who's the 4th man? There's going to be a 4th. Could be Pete Dunne. Could be Velveteen. Oh my God! Oh! Balor's turned! Balor's turned! Pele kick to Johnny Gargano! Finn Balor with a Pele kick to Johnny Gargano! Undisputed Era beating down on Tommaso! Oh my God! Has Balor joined Undisputed? Has Balor joined Undisputed? I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what I'm watching. Pele kick to Johnny Gargano from Finn Balor. I'm looking for clues. I'm looking for an Undisputed Era armband or anything like that, but there is a darkness that has consumed Finn Balor. Drop kicks him over the barricade, through the barricade. The NXT audience can't believe what they're seeing right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Johnny Gargano down, heel, Finn Balor. Absolutely unloading on Johnny Wrestling. What is going on? Has he just got issues with Johnny? I mean, Jesus, Johnny Gargano against Finn Balor is going to break wrestling. That is going to oh my God! He just dropped him on his head. He's killing him. He's killing Johnny Wrestling. What is going on? Look at the darkness. Look at the expression on the face of Finn Balor. Oh, Undisputed are in the ring. They're giving the Undisputed sign. Is he going to give it back? Is he going to give it back? Balor on the entrance ramp right now. I think they're asking the question, are you with us? Are you with us? Are you with... He's milking this. He's not said. He's just staring at Johnny Wrestling. And he walks away. He's not confirmed that he's with Undisputed Era, but the game has changed. Jesus Christ. Oh my God! That was so good! Oh, that was so good! That is the moment of the Wednesday Night Wars. Not this week, all of the weeks. That is the moment. Absolutely incredible scenes. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Balor let him in. Absolute scene. Stays, did you watch Ash versus Evil Dead? What? What? I don't even understand what you're asking me that for right now. Oh. I mean, do you know, it was so good the way they built that because I was thinking War Games. I'm thinking, is that Velveteen Dreams music? I'm thinking this is going to lead to 4-on-4. Yeah? You're looking at it and it makes sense. Down comes Tommaso. Down comes Johnny. Down comes Finn. Who's the fourth person? Oh my God, he's kicked him in the face! It's absolutely breathtaking. I don't even know what to say. What does this mean for War Games? Well, it probably means that Finn Balor's not going to team up with DIY. That's my guess. It probably means that. I think it's safe to assume they're not going to be a team. Just scenes. The Fiend has consumed. Do you think he is? Do you think he has let him in? I'm just trying to see what people are saying over on Twitter. People are freaking, as you can imagine. So good. So good. That's exactly what they needed to do as well. We were saying this is a war and they're just not acting like it's a war. But yeah, absolutely incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Both shows had a great ending. Finn Balor is basically embracing the darkness. Prince Balor. What, do you think they're going to bring Prince Devitt back? They don't own the rights to Prince Devitt, I don't believe, but Prince Balor could be a way forward. Keith Lee with DIY, Undisputed Era and Balor. AEW 9 out of 10, and from what I've heard, NXT 9 out of 10. I couldn't go as high as a 9 for AEW. I didn't like the women's match. I thought the main event was okay, but it wasn't like incredible. I didn't think Joey Janela against Kenny Omega was that good. I thought there was a few botches in the tag matches at the start, but it was good. It was a really good show. I'm not running it down. I give it 7.5 out of 10. NXT. Wow, I don't know. I mean, I would have given that a 7 to 7.2, and then that moment at the end was just scenes, absolute scenes. I think they win it. I'm going to give them a 7.8. I think they win it. I'm going to give them like a whole half a mark for that final bit. I could be convinced to go to an 8, but I don't think the show overall was better than AEW. It was just the ending. I think the ending was absolutely off the chart. Absolutely off the chart. Question, is this what NXT needs to do to beat AEW? It's one of the things they need to do. Heel Balor, I think, is a very interesting development. I think you can really go places with that. I mean, look, already you're going to get Balor against Johnny Gargano. That could be a match of the year. Easy match of the year. So that's the kind of match that you need. I mean, they're doing Pac against Moxley. They're doing Young Bucks against Lucha Bros. They're doing Jericho against Cody. You know, you look over at NXT and where are those big matches? Well, here's one. Straight out the gates, here's one. So they've gone and built up Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. They're going to be taking on Asuka next week, and Kairi Sane. And obviously we've got, so Kabuki Warriors have been brought in to help. And now we've got Balor that's got brought in, but heel turn, it's just absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. Finn Balor just tweeted, "I'm back." It's exactly what he needed. It's exactly what he needed. After, you know, a lackluster run on the main roster, where he was kind of 50-50 booked. His loss to The Fiend was the right thing, but he is now completely back to where he needed to be. I think that's the perfect tweet for him to send as well, to say he's back, because he absolutely is. Heel Demon, yep, can't wait. The things they can do with a heel Finn Balor is insane. NXT needed a big feud for Gargano and Balor, and they have nailed it. And this is going to be a great story. You're absolutely right. I want to see this story get told. I want to see that match, and it's surely going to be at TakeOver. So I want that match, but I want to see the story. I want to see that story being told. I want to know if Undisputed Era are a part of this. Does Finn... I mean, imagine if Finn works on his own. What if Finn isn't a part of Undisputed Era, but he is going to be NXT's Fiend? He is going to be to NXT what the Fiend is to the other shows, you know? He is going to have the Demon. We're going to see the Demon on a more regular basis. Do you know what I mean? He could be doing sneak attacks. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to have a funhouse, but Jesus, there's so much they can do with a heel Balor. So much. Absolutely brilliant. Should have turned heel a while ago. Mr. Ryan saying I'm at AEW. It was amazing. It was a very strong show, dude. Yep, I will give you that. The real MM man says NXT was better tonight. I think it was a touch behind until that final moment. Until that final moment when we got heel Finn Balor. That is such a moment. Everyone's going to be buzzing about that. Finn Balor turns heel. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Absolutely huge development. Exactly what the Wednesday Night War needed. Exactly what it needed. It's been crying out for a key moment. Do you know what? I was only thinking earlier, actually, about how it's not had that key moment. It's not had that moment where we have videos and talk about the shows after. If you're talking about the shows, you're talking about looks like there's going to be a new stable, or this was a decent match, or I like the fact Lio Rush is in NXT now, or do you know what I mean? They're like little talking points. There hasn't been that big. I mean, the Jake Hager thing, was that week 1? That was a big deal. Was that, I can't even remember if that was Dynamite or if that was at one of the pay-per-view shows. I can't remember. That might have been All Out. Is that All Out? I can't even remember. Doesn't matter. No, even that Jake Hager moment does not stand up to what we've just seen with Finn Balor. Absolutely changing the game, that is. That's how you do a heel turn. The real winner tonight is the fans. Yeah, very true. The Cody Jericho segment was excellent. I'm still processing it. I don't blame you. Second match of AEW Dark, one before Dynamite. Finn let him in. Yeah, I really do hope that that's a part of it. I really hope they talk about that, because that's only going to help Wyatt. That's only going to help The Fiend. That's only going to help all of that as well. So, it's huge. Now, that was a promo ad. Finn didn't say a word. His actions did the talking. Yes. Hager is going to be fighting this weekend. Very cool. Balor turning heel is the biggest thing that's happened so far. I absolutely do not disagree. It was Dynamite week 1. Okay, well, I'm still standing by what I said. For me, Hager's arrival was a big deal, but Balor turning heel means a lot more. A lot more. AEW way better. You complain the whole show about NXT and matches not meaning anything, but because of one segment, it's already suddenly better. No, actually, I said throughout what I liked and what I didn't like. I didn't think that first match meant anything, but I'm told it was a number 1 contenders match. So I didn't like the fact that the first match didn't have a meaning, but then it turned out I was wrong. I didn't see it advertised as a number 1 contenders match, so I let them off for that. Then I said that I thought Matt Riddle against Cameron Grimes was good for Cameron Grimes. Because he's been fighting jobbers and now it's a step up. And I also said that match had been absolutely incredible. So I put that over. I put over the Tegan Nox Dakota Kai against Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke because that was a number 1 contenders match. I'm trying to think what match happened that actually didn't have a purpose. What match happened on NXT that didn't have a purpose? Because even the main event was obviously for a title. So, for me, AEW was ahead because of that Jericho segment. But that just got blown out of the water. So, I'd strongly recommend that you maybe listen to the stream next time. Rather than just firing in stupid comments. Because that's a recap of everything I've been saying throughout the show. And for me, AEW was slightly ahead. And then NXT have just come storming in and stolen it at the end. Because that is, for me, the biggest moment. The absolute biggest moment so far of the Wednesday Night War. Orange Cassidy is over. They'd be dumb to get rid of him. I don't think they'll get rid of him. Get in Prince Devitt vibes. Yes, I completely agree. Few people have said that. And I think it's absolutely perfect. AEW 7.5. NXT 7.5. The women's dark match is hilarious. AEW was ahead. I think the Balor stuff showed the slowdown at the end and NXT took advantage. I agree. Mr. Ryan says, what entertainment. I hope you had a great night, dude. I really hope you had a great night. AEW still, it was a good show. I really do love the Wednesday Night Wars. I really do love the Wednesday Night Wars because, and I said it at the start of the stream, you're guaranteed to get entertainment. You're guaranteed to have like action that you're going to enjoy. And you just don't know that when you go into Raw. You just don't know. You don't know that that's going to be the case. But it is the case when it comes to the Wednesday Night War. You are going to get action. And you've got so much great wrestling on that even if there's something on one channel that you're not enjoying, you can just flip it over. Jericho needs DDP Yoga. AEW was 10 out of 10. Raw was 5 out of 10. NXT, I don't know because I'm at AEW. Fair play. Good night to the Septic Gamer. Raw 0.1. I hated Raw. I wasn't a fan. Heel Balor will be unstoppable. I agree. The only problem is that that's not going to show in the ratings, is it? It's not going to show in the ratings because it happened right at the end. And I do think that AEW was just ahead going into the final stages. Really, the only way that NXT was going to pull it back was with a big moment. If they'd just had an okay moment at the end, it wasn't going to be enough. But man, they've just given us one of the biggest, if not, well, it is the biggest moment of the Wednesday Night Wars. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying one of the biggest moments of the year. Finn Balor heel turn coming out of nowhere, I really do think is one of the biggest moments of the year. So absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. They did a great job. Great job. Right, we do need to do a Wheel of Fun in a second. If you are watching as well and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe because we are here every Wednesday. We're here every Monday for Raw, every Tuesday for NWA Power, every Wednesday for AEW and NXT, every Friday for SmackDown. I liked what you said. NXT can bring established stars. Yeah, look, I mean, I really do want to make very clear that I'm not looking to bury the up-and-coming talent. I don't want that. But I just think there's a war going on. And to be honest, I haven't seen much evidence of NXT fighting a war. I mean, there's been a few more title matches than normal. But they haven't, and they've brought in Finn Balor. But I would have expected that anyway because they're on USA Network now. It's kind of like, so far, they've just been doing what I would expect them to do if they just moved to the USA Network and there was no competition. It's as if they're not even acknowledging or caring about AEW, which if they want to take that approach, that's absolutely fine. But there is a war, and it's a war that they're losing. So they needed a big moment. They needed to make a statement. And you can do that a number of different ways. You could really bring in a lot of people. Not loads, just a couple. You don't even have to keep them in NXT. Just keep them down there for a little bit so you can build up your stars. Have Cameron Grimes go up against Sami Zayn. Have Cameron Grimes go up against Kevin Owens. Have Cameron Grimes go up against... Do you know what I mean? That's how you build Cameron Grimes. Even if he loses the matches, it's all right, as long as he's putting in good performances. I mean, he is going to be a bigger star after that match against Matt Riddle than he was before that match against Matt Riddle. People are going to be talking about that match because it was an excellent match. So I really do feel like they could benefit by bringing some more support. That's all it is, supporting. But this is the first time I've seen them do something that's made me think, I don't know if they would have done that if it wasn't for AEW. I think, if it weren't for AEW, they might have just kept Finn as a face. But I feel like they wanted to deliver a real knockout punch. And they've done it. They achieved it. And they absolutely achieved it. And it was great. So unexpected. No rumours. No one was even saying, could they do this? No one had got in touch and said, what do you think about them turning Balor heel and anything? And it just came out of nowhere, and I absolutely love it. I think it was the right move. And clearly it's been received very, very positively. Very, very positively. Days, I'm going to Southside Wrestling final show on Saturday. AEW rescued the show after WWE pulled all its wrestlers. So now we've got Cody, Brandy, MJF, and Shawn Spears. Have a great time. What I would say is that I heard there's some kind of stuff going on there. So I'm not sure. I think they pulled them for a reason. It's good that, look, if you go in, I'm really pleased you're going to have a good show. But I don't think it was WWE being like, arses. I think there was a reason as to why they did it. Jay Hawks says, I think they need big moments, but centering the show around Balor is not how you do it. In my opinion, the biggest potential star is Walter. I have to disagree. I love the comment because I think it's a fair comment, and I think it's a good point. But Walter does not resonate with the casuals. I know this is Wrestling Wednesday, and I suppose really in a way, I don't know how many casuals are necessarily going to be around. But Balor at the moment is the right call because, I mean, he's been Universal Champion. He's been on pay-per-views. He's been at WrestleMania. He's been on Raw. He's been on SmackDown. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's an established name. Walter isn't. You're absolutely right. Walter has got that potential. But right now, it's only potential. Balor actually brings an established fan base. Think about Balor Club. Think of, like, how many followers he's got on Twitter, on Instagram. Just think about the views he's picked up on YouTube. He's bringing all of that with him. And that is way more than what Walter can bring. Walter will get there. Walter is a massive star for the future. But they know that. They know what they've got with Walter. And they can continue to keep building him. I mean, they've put the UK Championship on him. And we've seen him plenty of times on NXT. So he's got like a mid-card. Well, it's a mid-card title, isn't it? They've got a mid-card title on him. And they're obviously Imperium are all over NXT as well. He'll get his spotlight. That's not a concern. But I don't think you could make him the center point. I think what they're doing with Balor, I mean, this is going to resonate around the wrestling world. I mean, Balor was a success over in Japan as well. So he's going to have fans in Japan. So literally the wrestling world will be buzzing about this news. I'm not sure they could have done anything with Walter that would have had that effect, other than Walter attacking Finn Balor. But even that wouldn't have made such a big impact as what this will. Trust me, this is big news. This is big, big news. I wish people would stop referring to it as a war. It is, dude. There's no two ways about it. I am all for the opinion of, if you like AEW, you like AEW. If you like NXT, then you like NXT. But if they're going to put their shows on at the same time and make you choose which one you're going to watch, it's a war. There's no two ways about it. If they were on the same day but different times, then, okay, maybe it's not. If they were on different days, then completely it's not. But they're on at the exact same time. They know what they're doing. Shots have been fired from both of them. There's been lots of little digs on Twitter. Obviously, we saw Cody destroying the throne, and been loads of little references. Do you know what I mean? There's a reference tonight when Cody was saying when he was in the ring, we're not in that other company now. There's not like an invisible wall. I can come up and get you if I want to. So even that was a little, we're not in this other company now. It's a war, and they're embracing it, and it is what it is. But what I will say is that I'm not like diehard AEW or diehard NXT. I'm quite happy to sit here impartial and say this was the better show. That was the better show. And for me, it was AEW that were just ahead till Balor turned. And when Balor turned, that was it. AJ Styles just tweeted, well. And Ricochet tweeted, no! Everyone's going to buzz about it. Everyone. And the thing is that obviously WWE have got the machine behind them, haven't they? They've got that machine where they can get to all of the wrestlers and say to all of the wrestlers, you need to get out there now and send tweets on this. Just send a memo round to all of the wrestlers. We want you to tweet out right now about this. And so then, like, they can be a wash. It wouldn't surprise me if Finn Balor is the number one trend. Finn Balor could replace AEW as the number one trend on Twitter. Because it's that big of a moment. It is that big of a deal. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I am going to do Wheel of Fun for anyone that was wondering and asking, but, I mean, you can't have something like that happen and not get lost in it and not, get excited about it and enthused about it, because it is the moment. It's the moment that we've been waiting for. Inner Circle to invade Raw. I don't think we're quite at that level yet. Walter has said that he doesn't want to go to the main roster because he prefers to be in Europe. Yes, he did. I feel NXT won tonight. Do you think that we will get the blow-off to Gargano and Ciampa, or do you think that ship has sailed? I think that could happen one day, but not any day soon. I think it's a big match that they can always pull out if they need a big match. So if for whatever reason they've got themselves in a bit of a corner and they need a big match, just very easily do that, can't you? That's still a story that's not kind of finished. But they don't need it, is the answer. They're building other storylines, so that'll be on the back burner for now. Carl Anderson just tweeted, "What took you so long, Prince?" Oh my god. I really hope that we get a name change. I really want the Prince Devitt character to come back. It's the first time is this the first time Balor has been a heel in WWE? I think it is. I think he was a face all throughout his run in NXT, yes. All throughout. It's huge, guys. It is huge. You're right, Days. Southside were bought out by Rev Pro, who WWE don't have a good reputation with. Right. Got you. Well, I'm really glad that you're still going to have a great show, dude, because it's the fans that miss out, but I'm really pleased that AEW have stepped in there. Finn is back, baby! Look at this excitement. Balor never turned heel in NXT. No, he didn't. It is a war to some people like me. I work 12 hours a day and other things going on. I don't have time to be invested in 2 promotions. That's fair. That's very, very fair comment. But I understand that there's people out there that it's not a war for. There's people out there that have no interest in WWE and they only care about AEW. So for them, they're not interested in a war. They just want to watch a good promotion. It's what I said, that was a very fair comment before. I'm all for constructive comments. If people want to disagree, it's absolutely fine. I said at the start of this that, if it's a constructive comment, then it's fine for people to disagree. And that was. So no shade at all from me. For some people, it's not a war. For some people, it is. Prince Devitt is back. Days in the future, after we've all gone, they're going to have a commemorative Days Golden Skull on a pole match. The dream. Hello, by the way. Hello, Rhea Ripley's boyfriend. Welcome. I mean, we were meant to finish ages ago, but we are buzzing right now at how that ended. Absolutely huge moment that has defined the early stages of this Wednesday night potential war. War Games is looking awesome, but also confusing, if you get what I mean. I don't think it's going to be confusing. I can see Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa, and one other person taking on Undisputed Era at War Games. I could see that being a match. Maybe Pete Dunne, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, Velveteen Dream versus Undisputed Era. And then separately, you've got Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Then you're going to have to do... I don't know how you're going to do the tag match. Unless you're going to have Fish and O'Reilly do double duty. I mean, you could always fill the rest of the card with, number 1 contenders match. You could easily do... I don't even think the tag teams... What tag teams are there in NXT now? I was going to say Street Profits, but they've gone. I can only think of Breezango. You could do Breezango versus Forgotten Sons, number 1 contenders match. And obviously there'll be a women's match. Then you've got Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. And then you've got the main event. So you need one more match, really. Which could be a number 1 contenders match for the North American. Or it could be Walter. Put the UK match on. Do Walter versus someone. So they will easily fill TakeOver. Easily. Are you ready for Crown Jewel? We will be streaming Crown Jewel. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Because we are back on Thursday for Crown Jewel. Pete Dunne has a feud with Killian Dane. Yes, they could lean that way, I suppose. Or that could be a number 1 contenders match for North American title or something. Reckon Triple H gave AEW the first few weeks knowing full well he had a Balor heel turn in the bag. That is a great comment. Maybe he did. Maybe he did know that it was in the bag all this time. It's why he's not been concerned. He's just been like, let them throw away championship matches, because we've already seen quite a few championship matches. We've seen the women's title defended. We've seen the main AEW title defended. So we've seen all of these things defended. Maybe he was quite happy for them to just burn through them a little bit, because he knew that he had some big things up his sleeve. I'll tell you what's really interesting is that he's given us this now, but he surely has got other things up his sleeve. Surely got other things up his sleeve. Like, he must have, like, I mean, we've got Kabuki Warriors coming in next week. Balor's turned heel. I reckon he's still got something else. Don't know when we'll get it, but he's not stupid. And there was no way he was going to sit back and just watch AEW pull ahead in the ratings, you know? Next week's ratings. That's going to be interesting. This week, I think because this happened right at the end, it's going to be the same as what we've seen. But next week, huge, baby. Hashtag rings and things. Riddle just tweeted, bro. Shawn Michaels tweeted, well, that's one way to return. Love it. I love the fact that they've got, yeah, you're right, Prince Devitt's entrance. We could get new entrants. There's no reason for him to join Undisputed Era. That's true. Are you getting 2K20? I will when it gets marked down. Jericho Cody segment was great this week. Completely agree. Yeah. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Right, what I'll say is we're going to do a Wheel of Fun. We need to get that done and we need to get out of here because obviously people are buzzing right now about everything that's going on. I'm going to take forfeit off because we're not going to have time to do it. Well, actually, I could leave it on. I'll leave forfeit on. If it lands on forfeit, I'll do it at the start of Friday's stream. So I know people will get upset if I take it off. So I'll leave forfeit on. I can do that at the start of Friday's stream if it lands on it. And then we've got slam attacks and giveaways. We've got figure giveaway on there as well. So it could always land on that. So it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Dun-dun-dun. Right, Wheel of Fun time. Wheel of Fun. Let's go up. There she is. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Tell I've been talking a while. My voice all wobbly all over the place. Like a drunk Keith Lee at a party. Oh, bask in his glory. Go on, yes! Figure giveaway! Figure giveaway, guys! Figure giveaway! Oh, that is great. That is great. Figure giveaway, and there's only one figure, isn't there? We've got a few of these to give away, and how can I not give this away? The man of the hour, and I'm not even talking about Lio Rush. Finn Balor, heel Balor in white. How ironic. Don't think he'll be in white in the future, but good face scan on this figure. One of the more recent basics. It's from Series 98. Finn Balor. We're going to give this Finn Balor figure away. The man turned heel. You can get this figure. You can turn him heel if you are victorious. So we're going to look for... Let's give people a chance. We're going to look for the 32nd person. The 32nd person that gives me the word. A lot of drama now, isn't there? A lot of drama. 32nd person that gives me the word. Prince. 32nd person that gives me the word Prince. Here we go. Here we go. We're giving away a figure after that monumental moment, that incredible moment where Finn Balor turned heel, turned into Prince Devitt. The wrestling community is tweeting out as we speak. So we're going to give away this Finn Balor figure. We're looking for the 30-second person. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you join us. So, of course, we're back on Friday for the new Firefly Funhouse. Of course, got new Wrestling Days t-shirts as well. Might as well take this opportunity for a bit of shameless self-promotion. You can get this from Amazon in the US or Urban Species in the UK. Okay, that's enough shameless self-promotion. Let's do some counting. Let's give away a figure. Oh, this figure, courtesy of Wrestling Shop. I need to say that. Wrestling Shop kindly sent this through. So if you're in the UK, you can get all of your figure needs at Wrestling Shop. And of course, I will be at Wrestling Shop Live in London, November 16th and 17th. I am counting now, by the way. That's all the shameless self-promotion done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 28, 30, 32. Well done. 2. Got to double check it. It's got to be spelt correctly, this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is. Well done to the Frizz Meister. It is the Frizz Meister that is victorious. The Frizz Meister. Well done, my friend. You are a winner! Well done to the Frizz Meister. Let's go down and bang this in. NXT. Finn Balor figure to the Frizz Meister. Send me your address, dude. Send it over to wrestlingdays@gmail.com. Well done to you, dude. Well done, Frizz Meister. Well done, everyone. Of course, figure giveaway stays on the Wheel of Fun, all thanks to Wrestling Shop. They kindly sent us through like a box of figures for us to give away. So it's always on there. Every time we do the Wheel of Fun, which we do every hour, then we give away, or we could give away a figure. Because that is an option on the wheel. And I think it's really great that it landed on it tonight, because that was such a big ending to the show. It kind of felt like we needed a big ending to the stream, and that's exactly what we got. Oh, look at that, Frizzmeister. OMG! Amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, dude. Okay, I think that's everything, guys. I think we have swooned over what we've seen enough. Absolutely incredible. Exactly what we needed to see tonight. Things are really, really heating up on a Wednesday now. So this is definitely the place to be. Of course, no stream tomorrow. We are back on Friday for SmackDown, and we will have a Firefly Funhouse. Very excited for that. Going to see what a Firefly Funhouse on Fox looks like. So, yes, did it burn down? Has he rebuilt it? Is it different set? So many questions. Are the puppets all right? We know the Funhouse is coming back, but are the puppets all right? Going to have to wait and see. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate the support. Really do appreciate the support. What a big night this turned out to be. I just love it. It's a shame it happened at the end rather than the start, because I feel like pumped up now. I feel really like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to go. I just want to talk about wrestling even. What we've done, near 4-hour stream. 3 hours, 42 minutes. And I feel more awake now than I did at the start. All thanks to Finn Balor. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.